ebusiafo yema obi bia akwaba eba round table show so Afro 614 the people's hearts Columbus Ohio yeah yes also obi bia afishia pa nyame adom and the 31st of December and then etwa to kra wo afi 2023 ye da nyame ase wa ye de Ebenezer ye nyame de abedu ni ti yemfa ndase ene aye isronko ema nyame na wa ye bi papa wa ye ade and that's the show you should be a bear the intimate so no food be no so fan to her say na share very important so be share ama for so enye bi a share my any san mo ma memfa that's shunko emma me sponsor odi kan Shadia's beauty I bring you na Shadia na ye mitima me ho ye kama me de be si ha say e di show yi bremu Shadia say wo ya ayefro bibia wo ye bia wo hia obi ama na ye uti ama odie na ye Shadia's beauty na me so kon ho na onye ma say wo ya ayefro wo ko obi program bibia wo hia ti bi akode Shadia nko a na wo say wo kon ho Shadia number is 614-599-1142 yo this no FF beauty package say na da me ka no wo obi kra etwi ni mama wo de ada me se wo ko FF be betwi ni mama wo kama na wo de ada wo ya efro ana wo ko bi program bibia wo hia makeup e de akode na FF beauty package FF number is 614-432-6449 do this is Sky Couture entire pefie say abrofo de say African wear Sky Couture me so oya ifro eno so ifuku pam emba ne meme nyina atare me so fresh Sky ewo 6467449325 no betwa yopo ama ho aye kama yo this na mirror beverages and they are banti me so hwe wonum ne wedidie mu yiye me nkonum bibia ye sugar bia menya diabetes ento ye so me pa cho pa hia me wo hia me because wo hwe me show nti me so bomodi ana hwe ho yi frɛ me ra e was 614282631 so bi show free di me busuafo no no wo ye party wo ye bibia me so frɛ no na tobi na fa ye wo dwumedie bia wo ye do this okay point t-shirt asori for amoye crusades I for amoye bridal photo shoot mu nyinara mu hia se mbeko okay point on ni t-shirt enye de ni pa o usi ana ni apa na se no corner baba or the quality t-shirt ena ye ntini so frɛ no na kwaje odie ne number ne 9292289226 yo toso no Kumasi KJT African market ye the Africa aba Columbus Ohio ha wo different state crowd from am so ombe email or reason ombe package no mo asend ya bro ti from enam bia bi wo ho aduane Africa aduane se wo fi baby a wo fi bia wo de aduane wo benye bi wo ho omo number is 61477936688 you try to acquire your mom's essentials ye bin nduhwam na eba ofie wo ye aduane na eje ho amesrew wo hia wo ka mu de wo ho wo behia wa obi tina wo ka was wo ka mu ye adwam na wa che me say mom's essential na ma wo ka mu adwam sa me so to me frey e was 614212386 ebeje wo de and they show you so de mba affair samu amu last week de na ye mbema de nde mba no so be kire omo adwe e wo the same topic na mba na me ni menyo omo wo studio ha no wala we check akosua fo so nko a nti just imagine me nko na me different wom ami ya akosua enkaifo ni na ya akosua nti ene de ye be akosua fo be so kwa me wo hanan so no nyame wo ho me guest odi kai me am sister Shadia of Shadia's beauty Shadia akwaba ye ka fanta na ye ka twia na ye ka abaze
pochomo obe oye bia na
meka no awentu na twi ni papa fanta ni fema ye okay na yen akwaba munya not then
yenia
no akebi akwaba pa nyame sha da abeka ye hwende
maso me dance there wo friend ba won show no do
yo my sister otoso no my sister Ophelia akwaba why fe
me
watch and the round table ama me
who sa
afi be 2 years me
and miss
COVID
akwaba me ya yo me guest otoso no chese me hu de me ya me nka so oye singer keke ɔsan yɛ legend Ghana for yɛka nnwomtofoɔ a ɔmo di mu a ɔmo kyɛ sɛ mehu deɛ mefa describe ɔyɛ ɔsan nso yɛ me role model kyɛ sɛ asa na menim sa deɛ but ɛyɛ okay kyɛ sɛ kama saa na mpɛ sɛ menyini a meyɛ forever young mepɛ sɛ menyini da saa pɛpɛpɛ na me nso mpɛ sɛ meyɛ and that's so I'm really blessed and say ọba big grace ye show and the amayen nye obiara sɛ mea me sister mea me auntie mea me nua AKOSUA AGYAPONG
Just
baako pɛ na ɛte sɛ akɔ aba sɛ nyame de wabɛka yɛn nsa wɔ round table nyame hyɛ wo paa te sɛ waba nim sɛ wode w'adwene no bi bɛma yɛn wɔ round table ha sei na yɛhia aye I ne saa no yɛn start yɛ topic here say yɛn no last week na yɛ parenthood and I say fatherhood in America and I say in the world yɛn yɛ no general nti no ɛndɛ so deɛ yɛde aba mmaa no so mmaa no ayɛ sɛ de bi ayɛ sɛ mmarima no pɛ sɛ ɔmo kyɛ sɛ mmaa no yɛma yɛ look te sɛ deɛ ɔmo nyɛ hwee wɔ fie biribiara ni a yɛn na yɛ mma pɛ yɛ asɛm yɛn na ɛyɛ mma nkwaraa ho nneɛma bebree nti no ɛnɛ yɛbɛtie mmaa no so deɛ ɔmo bɛka sɛ ɔmo ne mmarima no yɛ adwene last week deɛ a yɛbɛhwɛ deɛ yɛbɛsi saa deɛ we our first question what do you enjoy most about being a mother? I mean,
what I enjoy most about being a mother is that I'm able to give back to my kids what I got from my parents in terms of love, in terms of communication, in terms of BBR school, education. It's mame na me papa what the mom no. Oye me de nyame amam dam opportunity no. There I can also give the same to my children. And it works out just fine. If anything, because me parents, you know, one tiantiam, one shishama roba, one can't, and no men semen Google yendo. Today, ebia out of a buffoon, you know, obo bekasa, and now, whoa, and see we say ya no ben sa, ukwa broche ben one anymore. Like all kinds of things that most of the time, most Ghanaian parents, you know, speak upon the lives of their children. I don't have any memory there. Me mama, another me papa, when it's having children abroad, and living in the Western world, it's giving me the opportunity to even do better. And I noticed there, I can boldly say that at this time of my life, my 16-year-old, my 15-year-old, and 13-year-old, main share bibi or ye major wokwemu de bia wa ye bibi a chedo obeye me de or de mini afa no ko Ghana me do afa no ko Ghana. It's for the most part I think I'm enjoying parenthood. I get to do better. Maybe ye bibi na wanye ni ye I get home and I tell them they be call Nanaya into the car and I take them out and then we go for a ride. When my kids are upset, I allow them to be upset and I allow them to express nyama ohon another reason ti ani buofu nti no metumi bi sande is everything okay, do you want to talk about it na apart from there mama na me papa what the mama no me sua bebre wa brofo no ho me hu de onye gidigidi na onye arobahye na nsem keka na what the tito afraba nti working with people all the time no wama menyu eboi bi aka ho I'm doing, to me, I'm doing very well as a mom. Tinkani Nyamin yeah. Thank you.
As a parent, what do you enjoy most about being a parent? Mostly spending time with my children, seeing them grow from year to year. Their personalities. I have a quiet one. I have a very feisty one, and I have a logical one. So just watching them grow every day, watching them play around, asking me questions about my childhood. Also, always bring me joy sometimes. Sometimes pain also. Just being a mother, being called mom, because it took me a long time to be called mom. I tried for several years. So just the joy of seeing somebody that looks like me, it alone is a fulfillment of motherhood to me.
And a tree, yes, or a tree pro.
Yeah.
Betcha, I should phone you now. And who's a minion, no percent be say, yeah, country and a couple because we are not say, chewing gum no cover room. They be an I am a percent, my mamma 40 years say, and your baby and a wabu and your friend mother. Ain't no, me always a moose obiawu. Na your friend and mother, I was so at the property, a man didn't know as a mother. Me more 6, more 4 girls, not 2 boys. Na send them to the joy. So be home, ma. So moon, oh, correct you more because so sunny correct you. The same name, sister, Shadia Kaino. On say the oma meditative one. And no, not what they share. But omunions so now, soon, no, maybe sister. And there be a while. Send a name son on yes, and as I say, no. Ebia your co school no, Emma many restricted. Oh no, maybe time out the better any bibia. This time so no, Uncle so time on person almost so that no matter crack. But me pese a man or mutem no who say, we a mother. What nasina, the me babeke ubeshe, no who's so more. They be a me and I'm there 2 man for. As a mother no, o no so motivating o man. O motivate the be and be and like say o try say akola ne onya de akra na like say woman na hu say bibia e kama na onu e wo madam no I was as a madam utumi observe uba no so na me say ken ne man do so obi awo de oye intene no se nyeme bi nkoso kwadwo be fine no bi nkoyi a apart from say wo ma no ye kunum so ye ma because kunum ye ma emma ne ye ma if you say oma befie no so observe nyema bi unsa kola na befie no de bia nanije mami nti what ba na wanya happy no that means there is something until was say utumi observe say na dey say ba pay befie na say masesa asa me be buy na say nyoma na nimu nte sesenete just a mother and all you have to observe see no ye teachers mothers they teach ye ma ye teach ye kun crowd to be ukun crowd dress ya sweetheart enkoyi a baka say so never time na chana se enkoyi also share untumi mfa pink enko share purple ntina eba ne sana na wo mother no e was say utichi woman na utichi e fe de say ukun I am painting no so say teachers no teach ye man there be ye mothers no fitiase no kasa ye kan ene eba no e de osua tie teach omo na wo hwe echi na say mother also hard working mothers be lazy otikroma anaso otigano be every day be no e call so epe diska onye ready say obey hard working onye adwuma bi edine onye hard worker te say ono no ne ba ya especially say ne ba ne no ho ye fe na e bi a ne didi AKOSUA 40 as AKOSUA to AKOSUA ntino ona ho fokobo mu diska ba no le wu ana wa wona say we bad they say we own judgment no offense every mother has actually hard working we don't person obey they be abandon ko face camera it as a mother and you have to be hard working ye no say encourage your man akwana ko school wa ba na say nyema nkoyi onka say na wa bon wo dey say ma casting kwala na wo abon debi also encourage akwala no eno no ye na e wo mother mu tu tie me na ye mother na sa dey new line mu a awo no wo ne kwa e was so to encourage nkwala no ukwu na beba wo encourage no o dey say me dey kan nkwala am the mema kan because mema say nkwala because ye ma ye na wo ma mbeye entini omo ye ma you have to encourage the children wo encourage no ba adai ene dey say enema enye hwe me that ubeye ade we am future doctor na nka so do abon dem unyo na uti abon na so you don't even encourage your children you know hwe ni ye pa to encourage na I don't know I was we are responsible
as a mother. So you're responsible. Enti no ye me say na me ma 6 na making. I'm so proud. Or baby how awo. Or person ne besie. Oh, I fence o share be me bi odo no. Wo oba because na me flat na. E be no so mini ba. We your mother have to be proud. Me I'm a very proud mother. Me back graduation or North Carolina. And why in the masters me buy and I'm so proud. Me jan and channel. Na me who say a church no am that chair me ba no. De many until your bad time. They will joy nan when ni jeo nan say o baba be penny pa. Oba be obema ombuma obey oba on boy dramai. Now one cause one say yes, matiti me be. Ti mother some candidate tin na be brain tiase onum say watchim akos they can push abane de or your mother. And so mother it goes a long way. So your mother so we sua no maybe. Now to me the etete woman.
That's for your aid. What are some of the challenges you face to Shadia in your being a mother? No? Is it always like, hey, nice?
It's not always nice. It's not. But I would say the challenges are me face so far, no. Personally, no. It's not anything beyond my control. I there make a phobia betting. I'm able to handle, my problems. So me feel the oche imagine na might be a my friend mommy. One thing Sister Kosiare can now oche imagine bado. Yeah, when children are growing up into teens, especially in Besiafono, my daughters have to report to me every month. There, one cycle, no, or a flow. Last week it was a topic that I mentioned. Like me fresh show no do nana me explain me reason. It has nothing to do with me saying. I want to know there a friendly cycle because I think I won't say that it was something my mother skipped. I told my mom, but on the mirroring, me 15 by 20, I was out traveling. I couldn't report those things to my mom. And I feel the meaning. Now my friend, my me feel London, I catch any day in the my bra. So with those things, and I started with the weight, it started affecting me. Kakra, because I feel now or your irregular cycle. But because I was on it, I mean, I was able to go to the OBGYN and explain. But I don't know. My woman 3 fe. But my daughters have to report it to me. It has no issue. It has onion anything me pede me man will report to me just to make sure that their cycle is flowing. Maybe benyin with my son, no. I like to ask him about school, how your day was, and sometimes he doesn't want to talk, and then sometimes I there me pede me che there emi na me wo, me pede me che me na me wo. Some so me buefu na make kama adwena achew, but I have to catch myself with my words because words are very powerful. To me, I'm very careful with my words. It's me who them into me handle and I'm a fool because you are better off not saying anything than to say something that you can't retract. It's man kasa me buto me in bed a few hours and I mean not na car anymore. So me say make no. I'll take him for a ride because me who do ringing. His age is not a rama na me if you know one age. It's me need to na car anymore. Maybe something insane. You can voice out your feelings to mom. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to be upset. And he comes out sometimes very strong as a man, and he tells me what bothers him. It is all your dama. Now me okay, I've been able to get something out of him. I don't exchange words with my kids. I don't fight with my kids. I put my foot down as a mom, but I also listen to them more. See.
Okay, that's Shadia. Ophelia. So Ophelia,
Yes.
what are some of the challenges Ben now facing as a mother, especially baby I a crabby baby a school, but the all can know they now can yard back grassy. What are some of the challenges?
For me, senior Shadia Kai initially, trying to say me man bekasa. Omate me master. She know me, but just it's me English.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So one of the challenges that I face is communication. trying to, because I grew up partially in Ghana and I grew up here. And my mom and my dad, they instilled the Ghanaian values in me, where a lot of times we don't, if something is bothering you, it's kind of hard to share what is bothering you with your parents. And so I kind of started off where I always want to be the one giving and saying what is in my mind to my children when they come to me with issues. So that is a bit issue that I'm facing because my children say, well, we are not in Ghana. I live here, and you can't try to make me the way that the kids in Ghana they behave. So a lot of times with my children, I found the difficulty is trying to balance because I want to put the values that my parents has given me in them, but at the same time, they also want the way of the American system. For example, in Ghana, the children at certain age they are able to help with domestic work. You know, cleaning the compound, washing dishes, making their bed. Here, the kids they'll say, well, I don't see why I have to get up early in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning, to vacuum the floor. I'm not going anywhere. Nobody's visiting, and they're not understanding it's part of, you have to be time conscious just in case you wait late and somebody shows up at 10 o'clock. Your house is messy. So just trying to get them to understand that, they are from two different cultures and they have to do the same work as my values are, what I expect from them versus what they see their friends or what they see on TV happening. That's a challenge for me most of the time. Just trying to get them to understand my background that I'm trying to instill in them.
Okay. Since our car about challenging me, Ebasana, how well do you relate to them too? Do you get mad at them if they refuse to because you know where we are from, it's like the military kind of upbringing. We will be whipped when we do wrong or say. So do you do that if they say oh we are not doing it? Do you spank them or something?
No, I don't spank them. I try to just talk to them. Sometimes I offer incentives, which I know is bad, but American kids they work for incentives. I'm okay. Me ye we ya then now the be mami.
Yeah, mommy.
Me say me ya me bed out over mami candy. Ghana no unti me oka choma me say me say me ya me bed out over mami candy. But I know no son no ye omu school. Which I think says sometimes is bad, but they are used to it. Sometimes, I may catch them so ebia say who cleaning up ebia numre ya be kwa ice cream. Now almost so no net it works. They say no who say mama beka say or the ebe pie so fa yen pie. They say no no enye adwuma bio. Enti no eno ani say ja the minima ene manya me do mu TV. Manya mutimi mbo mu game, mu computer game. And see just giving them that option, incentives option, or sometimes help them.
Yo, my sister AKOSUA so yeah that's for way Ophelia. So I will say that now say nenda. Ube no military yeah growing up.
Oh, the sister me pacho we dey say me man be kan na say. Osinema me na we asa wo fan for so bi. Enna na ekom aduane. Me ndidi. What better no boss of the one no because nkete o he ya. E be che utu. E na wa oda also wona wa oda na wutonku. Wo ban kasa obeda. O bi kasa betna ase anti. No e na de na sister feel like AKOSUA ketwa I want to say something. Unsem pempi. Abrabo na yebo. Ewia so no ye metna se da o. Ebi enne mema samba. Ebi enne ma muni ho. Entitie na wo de tete wo ba no. Se da chi bi no uni ho a na obi be fa no. Ni so ba ko ntumi di watam. So want to obey you. Ente pimpi no say akwai to say Ghana your big problem. Me amita me ka obi. Ye ma no entumi ka efie kasa. obi omuka brofo eye adesoa because oko school ba woni ho enti oba TV no so na se brofo sem ne bebre e na oba so no kasa no school no aka brofo na enta kwa se brofo na planet but eye wrong now se akola ye tete no sa mo kan oba so oba pra ube to the other room ube who plate enti me mat me wo matua me wo matua me wo mo ante no dom wa dem de ti omofre no no de bedu on be ye omaduane on be sese omo dem be pra obeye cause me be figure na ma ye ma ena me ban so na semba na onye ya omo abdom bank to say om de we pe no ma room le no de si ho what I use that machine a model guko mu no eno no fa machine fie ho because that na kola ne kware na so ankonya be me be no se no ankotobia be na guko ni go because ono no ni ma me atobi si ho enti odi ye pe na akoto ahwene machine na wo shama enti se be ma na kware ni entumi ankotobia na se be ma be fi kuma ba na odi aho be ba no na nkuko ni su ho eno mesie no omo so washing machine ya dia to enso sebe entitiye no ma akola nso obesi ne pants na dachi bi no wa magu animu ase se no machine to be ko na omasoa pants na egu obekọ obi fie no na se o washi sebe ne pants na nsi ni sa na de titi mfi efie de wo de wunum ne omasikra no sebe underwear also utumi entitiye no eye ade a wo ye obatan ne ma bi wo wa e wo se kan litri bem one sorry and kwanko ya no me ba be hu wani so me wan so unhu but the what be wani mu na wa che wani bako me shu wani so ma on te no ka so ma kwa ka sa be sorry akọ enti no wuni ho no wo se ye da tete me mami se uko party ba no amantem se ne ye mpeni me fa no ono ebo fo no asori enti fo no be se na wada adi opehia wo now obi a wota mo no na aduane unu aduane na obi a bedi wo ye won kwan na anye da ye wo fufu de bedi ye boba ye ba yan pesa de bedi wo be nkwan bedi aduane na te be santi no so mix aduane no be no na yi oba wo se wo kitchen na wo di aduane a enise obi beto se place na se chance bi wo wo ye aduane na wo hu wo nto oba kwan na se wo ma me bedu aho no na why ye neat ni na entity ye ni bi ti antete omusa na se oja akola be du komu ha na be yes kroma for na some the snow mu dia woni bebi akola ni be wie wo obi o wa bedu be nikum be ka se ye nkotena fie odo ni ko be na cha ko fie ai wasi ba beba na wife no onim fute ne ma onim huro onim hweye on be di wate entity na ye na fie no aye ye fan no matter where your man wo so mo Australia so mo hefa ye fa santity na ide emfa mom no mo mesu ha de ne kan enu ema ebo pa to mo wait no mo say me ma me because hwe ukati unu baka twi a obeti ase baby ane kan ontumi nka me call Joe owner of this thing ko ni fie ne baka 2 or 3 years ne ma me de twi ne sma no obeto di me kan akoya say wow I love this or entity no to benyi no na kasa no ote ase ontumi nka kro bi kan me bi obeti ase entity ne de me ma no me the hardcore
and it worked for you
exactly me the hardcore because me one more Ghana and I me entity na me mama ye 5 girls tete no de tete na me de tete wo on say obi ba beja ne ba ma e bia me sweet beja ne ba ma me entity no de man no say me de ka ti me de na bedding krabat oni metina cha obesua enti be say ne mama ne ba because AKOSUA me ban me so no atumpa o esofia nko ntumpa ye wosa omko holidays omusua ne omabi enti tempe no de e wo se de mama ne de tete no say na me sister okaso de kan sinti tie na de maye no ye de koy manos na ye ba abochisi ya na de wa hanusu me de ye de account
unfortunately no me nyi no I'll confess this today I didn't do nothing manyeshe it was always some ajwa or some abena doing things ajwa on chekoko mame iti me ba krom her at age 21 no na me nim hwe I didn't know how to do anything but iti na my favorite food na me pe no na me mama tell me how to make it na matro but now I used to enjoy the Ghanaian culture no me yamfa twi antete me And I am for Fanti Swanti to me. I live with my auntie Kakra. That's how I knew how to speak Fanti. But growing up as a child, we spoke English at home because of where we lived.
Okay.
Like we lived in Togo. And
okay.
my parents, spoke English. But mena minim share. Marriage and motherhood also taught me a lot because me mane papa no oya hia pa ade a nani chi eyefi enti me ma no munyi no akola bi ne on mo otro wo ho obefie ho obeka se nkola kwara ntifie ho because he as also the listening there ye de titi ni woni fie no ye de share ye ma no that is what he incorporated me ma me bestray or say I didn't share I won't train nkola ni tree. I'm like me de omo bro kwa wan share omo tree. How do you want me to figure it out? It's yen na ye bre. It's with nkola no me ma no omo nim nyama bebre ye cheme. As she said, no, they had AKOSUA can't say almost expected BB incentives. My kids rather tell me, say, Mom, you don't have to pay us for doing our own dishes. So everybody's home is very different. And me mano, me 15-year-old no to me ye biani ye unquine or to me 7 papa or no so I was excited about that upbringing, no. So I was able to incorporate that in my home. It's me man omo ye nyama the omo ntwema ho nyefi. If anything, to be honest with you, no. Me na me messy one because it will be do junction. I can say, Mommy gotta pee. You better open the door. It's me do hono. Me my raw socks half. Me my raw. It's me coffee no. Me mom na me nyama esoso. And I me bad boy no. Oh yeah. Need them. His bed is always laid. His room is very clean because oh yeah here. On pekwa so be carding sa ebe so na tadi mo na se ni poboa. So I think say from both dad and mom no, the kids were able to learn so much. I give that credit to Omo. I never have to worry about who's cleaning what. Exactly. Sometimes I have to remind them. But they make sure, say, if you're on I don't have to worry about where what is. Say, baby, in the year, be me matter, they be na me there saying, baby, as I say, saying. It's in your Kroman kola. I don't pay you for nothing. I don't have to bribe you, but in your casa. I need this done before I get home. Me bag on quite to me from me beside me say, Mom, you coming home? What do you want to eat so I can start? Yeah. So you don't have to stand on your feet again. And sometimes I get surprised. Say my 15-year-old, it's a me as a mama. Sometimes I'm not supposed to do, and I wouldn't say a bad thing. She's what born me media no onya kola born. My parents gave me a voice and I could express how I felt. My parents, raised me military style. It's me because my parents did not raise me like that. What's my sin? Ye baby anya, oba me them. Yenina 4 kids from the same mom and dad. They come to our room and say, this is what you did and this is why we scolded you. And then they apologize for going overboard. It's
say my mom cried sister. Good. Say come military style. And say ebia ye your high your debut. Just say principles. I was so to me yet say what them say send the answer obano naturally no bro natural non pefi me say o to de be na to atade white be me o fa enjoy e say na me catch your sister say me you can say here program this all white o ma ha me sister me take am to say because if we come me ho
na bibi yaw
e be ye bo me because me fa mic na fra me hwe de
make stains
it me be white and obi o wa sana ti na oba boy no just so ya here on pefi just say
ontimi
and I hope I na be jail so be force be fa
what dey wo say no etimi nya guest na ya should have friend be 3 days say ya panichon e dan no 4 bedrooms but omo ba ne door so can we obeka say there be we have to figure it out na so peninsula so na say ya ma guest ne da ho a me ba ne very embarrassing I hope one yi o mu nyama feed them hope na we be any windows we yi mattress no we yi just say on my guest me who say I'm cleaning my room and don't bring them again or to me catch but baby you no who are you to tell your mom say Emma you know a whole war and mom be that me there but sometimes they leave it for him clean but the fact that you slept on his bed sheet when you on the carpet so no just say he will do the extra with your windows vacuum people who know them know him in particular.
That is good. It's good. Okay.
Kenya abanesa no mama fa ayisumbra affection. Say baby e free pass say o mama no hug. no kiss no
Hey.
no you say no. How well do we relate to our kids here? And I said, this then age parenting, no. Do we do that? And I say, like, I love you, mommy. My that kind of thing.
So I enjoy being a mom, no. Me man me conform when de me simu 8 o'clock ecosis na de conform mobile and me call you know. Yeah, back no. I kept telling the Rama say, you miss touching mommy, huh? And I was yeah, because oh no yeah, she's 15, but she wants to sleep cuddling you. Or no, no. We are taught all kinds of toys. A year I should come back to a human. It's in see and dog man. Ketwana say, "Mommy, don't worry, because who told dog now? What dog no who saw back because oh yeah, touchy. So I'm a very affectionate person, even towards me now for and ma. Party I say even you moms
Yeah.
me titare me penny pa yet titare no until me man it and I don't push them away. I rather love it. I love for them to come to me.
I think the affection for me, I apply the love languages to how I may share my affections because me don't want to know one hugging and fun on the crowd ben one hugging na but say or you'll be a open home pa home
Book
I
smart.
book smart open books reading no so to book brand and I say we couldn't cry or no hug
That's
no
awesome.
and the hug now open no and I mean what make it one so the on the debia or taro
I love you,
and
mommy.
say I love you mommy and you're over to climb cry or better 100 oh nti debia na say experience no say ne yesika say ye ne yekunu mo ha ye say yesua yekunu mo love language na say yesua ye man so love languages akola bi wo ho no ma wo ha wani bebre che na o feel say wo time nti no wo say wo ba no wo ha wani na say oye bibi o piano chi a na je say o no love language na bia unwichi ne saa obi so na wo do sa e kan say kakra bia na che say wakunu da bia wo ye ni say oh me be o best ade o pese o ye bia o be ya ma nti no me mom de sa na me hwe parents bia so wo hwe o man no personality say ni obi sit now what to me I show am say affection no affection Ghana no me say me kai tama me mama me tama me nyi no ye ka me do oh no e do Christmas na oye aduane ye ya awade no akwa akototo ye mo ne nkosua ne chicken no dia bread that's the way no feel say or show you love or the aduane okodwomu okotonwoma or take care of you but me ba ha no me papa nso de oye obi a on the day you obeka chill say I love you obe kiss you cheek obe hug you know he's just that kind of person and you know between mommy and no I said I had to learn how to speak their love language because my papa was sorry no one hugging her he felt like oh but when you're hugging oh then he feels happy that's his love language it's important as parents you know we not just with yekuno we have I see a love language you know for your man on yet to me and we almost so are communicating now almost so many James so we
Yeah, I do. So, love language. And also the area.
me man do mo pe me frɛ o ma pe ana so mo frɛ o mo bi o so mami we love you mami I love you aha me o mo sa ɛna ye di agro ye di agro te sɛ wotu ono be so na we abetna na so impenifo no kan papa no 28 to this or 26 more 25 more 24 more 16 and 14 two months say MSc what be sure that's good enti ube wu say wotu wana na akora na betna we abetna na so ono e number 4 na so na 2 ni ba be ni o sister o last one one santi no abetna na so na we say abetna na so wotu wana o ma be so mu oh ameni o mu sa agro nti and time has ada akora na say no say there is something and then ne kra me send ne ka me back to one so the say Mr. Ibe they say o person bia no wo na of me are you okay otumi frɛ me tu kwan na me koye program na me maaya ma be do fit 2 am me be betena sesa twense me ba oba posi ma wo che na ka wo ma na agi ma posi ma me wedidi oh sa na nkola ni na into obi a the way almost show love awom de wo frɛ wo no no ka se wi mommy love you no because na just say one say na wani age to wura kra wo ba bia wo no a akwala ka say love you pempo no be me be oni ma love you ka aha ba ka say ya fansa no enti no enti wa uti ankoye yi a na ukuni my love you ka na ma no so ni ka de be na ara ho enti me man there mommy I love you now what the corner baby I want it I love you but I think say enti no what tete o mayi na uhu say omu nyi no wahu enti say enyoma asa na wani age because bet bakwa adafo bi fie na otu say enti no de ama ne ma no enkoyi enso bese no anu ayo odu because ebia opetna sikam ebia my sister ye bon komo ne ma na hu say maba nti on be sorry akọ obi so and the man betena say game no bono edede no sa no oya na che say afọ wakata to na feel bad oh enti no ba ko say sweet if you was oh sorry obi so say you came to meet me go to the other hall akọ beta catch us na che say utun sentity ne sa eyi ni ho but the referee no one suffer no sorry no but okoka be na be kiss off no just to apologize the man say kita no you be na ohun say me pepe no shall be kiss my phone sana me man tire me on say mo me dada no mo start to come na hope akola pe bi na so no sa oba say mommy
you know I love you right
you know I love you right I just say oh be baby bi won check I say okay what do you want
just tell me what you want
just tell me what you want akola bi only no money sa de bia na and dress us oh you're looking beautiful maybe on why you ti be maybe go kind so why you na say I love you na akwase na dwene but go okay me tell the bad so because I love you pen no aka oh guy ni so pen jama me hu ni fe no kan na akwaye ni o me ni so ti e ma odo no eni ni kan no enye eyima ayema no ti me ti aka
Remember side ni there I love you ni there
I'm fans
say o kan no o ka just I love you na obedi ada
but they say you go to room you do what the Romans
do of course
we hear the love language people even regular customers go you need to know I'll see you later Shadi I love you now what's wakibi it's you learn say bi omuba endem empemu agree omu pese ye fa hadie na ye dede na ye jeje hu ya besua no wo hu ye jeje hu na ye buye ye pese be buye kwa na ye buye so I mean because that is what they've also learned so why can't you learn the simple words like I love you you know what be hu akata free any the omu ye wo endem ya be mamu so you also try to say I love you back
so how well do you know your kids members are well so say na ba ku bi na start ku say ka no so ba ebufu anasa wo ba ye timid wo ba ye eyi me be enye sa not here but bibi ha na nti na wa yes na do you relate good with your kids for to the extent say bibi how more do you know it and I say it takes time
so meme mano sometimes obutimi tia me na me twa na be say oh not in a bad way
of course
you know me kai say me kofa there ramadem me call them honomo no it's like I didn't knock what am I say me be it ne yem share no now or I think say she or ye bibi what TikTok and I say but you didn't knock let me say sorry you know it's at the end of the day you know it comes down to communication when it comes to kids period I think just like you communicate with your spouse now if you have that good communicating skills now you know you apply the same to the kids and they should be able to vent my kids I allow them to vent sometimes it sounds funny in my ears na mystery let me come to say we gonna kayabo asmu and you know I just say that you know
like communication starts very early and so she sent them one she sent them neoman communicate and diagra then a do time I someone communicate a very difficult me can say or no on nkwala diagropa I would say I'm the disciplinary one or no diagropa anti no feeling more comfortable which is good they always you have to have a balance into meaning say no say and you maybe wo ho no mutimi ne menka ombeko no mo ne nakwa kasa into say me no so etimi building that relationship with nkwala no now question was said how well do you know your kids I think that most parents know you can't always know your kids. And so you always have to be very cautious. enkola bi on ma me were a education system. Enkola ni bi wo hono ma omo be school a esono se no mo behave. Uhu obu abonte an ka se nti akola we na onam ho any teacher yi ano sa. Nti obia ni the way nti wo parent no ba bia ese utuni in.
I think it's
Enye efie nko a.
Nkola we o. O she say we dey meet me no akasa say I no try o.
Yes. Nti so utimi hu ba bia na omo ye din so a obi on ma me man say me manita omo me ba penny no da bi on no ko school na say enyoma nko yi a oba ya no afo upstairs no ko ni room
and upset
no ko ni room na eda oye good no so oba on nam ho a enti me pa do ba bi na oba no ko straight to the room a na my everything okay everything is okay my but I know say everything is not okay. Sometimes I me follow na akona me na okasa na ma just to share me share mood no na me share mood no nti o anka hwe kra na ma share da bisa ni nya ba no so no ma he and then bibi ni na say ye ka ya akoka then ade ba ko so a ayi ma mesua e wo me the way am tete me ma no say Ghana for ma me for me ka ho bi Yabeka so, what they catch them and mean your way. Oh, no, I asked my enye de pet near soon. Now, either say ye in your opinion. The way I titty you will feel. Not ye de man acolano. Now ye de man instead of say ye bay dina yet ye dear hacolano. Not
say if you talk to a criminal, if you want to get into a mind of a criminal,
yes,
you have to act like a criminal.
Yes.
And make them know say me say wako wiadi.
But yet they be an never see a din in your opinion.
Correct.
Ebi akola ko en ne ya abo masu. Na wa kwasia, dey na ujina ho dey abo asu mundu se dey siku utokwa. Ebi na akola no so no wan bo nipa na sum back because it ti out dem man on person obeke in trouble.
Exactly.
So, enti say ye ne nya aka kwasia, ada wutimi mbo ni bi wutimi na afede. Dey say o kan nyina na wagya yo say never mind. Never mind. And then I did never mind, sa na ko ye bibi kese shemu. Enti na say yetimi nya aso. Yetimi tie ye ma no so. Instead of debia no ye pese ye parent there. So debia no ye pese ye ma your in your opinion no e daddy now. Me obi say twi no me kan ni ye.
Ah,
pese me kan English ni nyina.
Kan English ni na besa.
Mami ready kakra messages kakra bebre na ba kwa nkomo no so na aye denti no yentimi ntwa so efua otu Hackman say Mamsi darling, happy new year to you and yours. Thank you, happy new year to you too. Annette Alote say you all are looking good. And Ejari Opokukesi say, yep, women play a crucial role in the lives of their kids. Great discussion. David Kusi say, watching you guys from Virginia. God bless you all. God bless you too. Jimmy Best to say, good afternoon, family. And maybe I see hide the comments.
And sometimes
why did they do that?
Maybe it might not be an appropriate they rather don't let you see it.
You and Ejari Opokukwesi say, great panel. You are all looking good. Thank you, Sisi.
Thank you.
Mama Lee say hello, people. Mama Lee, hello. I hope say umuye. And Nanabna Amuwa say, my beautiful sister. Kojo Greengate say, keep up the good work. I don't know, Heidi Baby. Terrence Mentasi, great. If you Warai say, that's my sister-in-law, AKOSUA Chinubia Aqua. This is beautiful. AKOSUA Mudi Ahemi and Sanity. Samson, yeah, Fizzy always looking good. Thank you. Emmanuel Uswa Pia say, watching you guys. Thank you, bro. Okay, Lava Pia comments. Lava so on Kabi Bonnie. I don't know more.
Okay,
no, yeah, on card there, Bonnie. But anyway, Obia funny comment right. Oh, trust, there, yeah, hide comment. So I mean to me and reading, and I watch say, Happy New Year to you all. Okay, love, dear, not appear house. Say Happy New Year, my dear sisters. Happy New Year to you too. Beatrice Pomase, AKOSUA Chunibuakwa. Good job. Kweku entry or say great submission. AKOSUA Chunibia. And AKOSUA fans. Pat Cook was say nice one. Yvette say hello you all. Oh my God, you all. LOL, amazing. Happy New Year in advance. Happy New Year to you too, CC. You know, member sister AKOSUA so na make an onkorano. Say, and then the man who say obey, why would you can't color anyway? I'm a baby, I said, Bibi Nkoyi on a brabo. How well do we know our kids say it? Me who say Bibi Hano Prana. Yabeka Bua and the bar, Bibi Hano Dan Tempa. What the end?
Yeah, and it's in a while kind of what the medical I can't send it. I also observe it no problem akola e face. Akola bi what a who one. Mema yen ka yan kasa de pese yen broaden kakra to other children.
Yeah.
Na akola bi what a who one because of the tia. Oninim on to me ma me de bia no kwa adwuma. E na akofa house of baby sifio. House up no I said the piano the one shall plan into a colony to me and can't be interest person no and oh my men so the piano baby late and of a power sound sorry o mano obano un weekends maybe a be home and also maybe na omo ko bed omo pia na so mam no so pia tempe pin yeah your bad time na say the piano o adwuma bi a wo ko ni bibia make time Ubana banada, I was at this, and papa no who bano, none needing come and sana with free. If you say papa phone bill company, put the only fee most of the time. Obu wa Johnny, my uncle good, my minister, not what we tell you, or see or call party about no one party no amba. To both the party of Busuan and a penny, you and and to both say
all night.
All night party. To both say, a colano say, who's one ma when you ambria. And an uncle and say no. And how well do you know your mom? Say so how well do you know your child? So so baby now I ya. They was so to me and say, then you make sure say time but no moon at tenasi. Uno na be pee. Because I said me mano omo the bill Canada, the bill US. Na buy. Buy me share that place but I cried. Ye na ye coy. So only to me at tenasi. They send me Canada want to be see what no mom the airco na from me bisa questions into who them partner say no person young school now work on her own. That's the time I between no my bonko na Ghana for the binim the mama to kwaya no start check scan or check scan no say scan between the cock of anima into them and the mama and cotton I near but sometimes I'll say spending your market baby na to me it to more energy zone na ye no mo bonko enti ne me ma no de obi na make obi ediam mu say ene de kwatwa say o very enti no oye dipem say what is it e bia no so mami say ni akasa ena me omo fa hwensie me da bi bacho utu because me mami wa fa hwensie no at the age of ye wi holy child ni na virgin say na mfie if you say me mami or no nonsense but oma ye pure right but to me one wine it na fe holy house e man e go up and so holy house pa ni fe
Unya bi su ni.
don't punch enti to know umano enu enye say first day bia no so ye straight na ya high to no matter some show movie bi na mo sre na bia obi ka me anka me say na anu so uti o madwene enti no mesre yan botany kakra mothers parents na omo yo omo man say me yom me mom pio onya chance pie pe enyoma on to me okoye ni nanu asamba but onim say me krama me a oma me ko enti no onkoye bibia ebe bro so amano ti me say wutie me a na ono ba nye free on so ba onni mo ba no wadafo ko ni mo ba no say wankasa wadafo to bus na hu sa sene asa AKOSUA airport kakra na hu se na AKOSUA on sese wadafo na se wunua ko nim na wo de sika na okope ba sika no kwakoye nneoma ni so de timpacho e wo se enene ye kan ye but ye kan mama ni nya me pacho yo ba e so wunni mo ba no wunni mo ba be ma no oba be man oba na so ene me no se me be start no munsa and o start no ma dey bi you should see the difference one no tena se enye gidigidi na ne na kasa boko na wo dandan ne o ma na o hu say mommy is worried oh mommy even cried when she was talking to me about it when you usukwa no she
even Nancy Kwam said the good thing about Hannah Kakra say kids go for tests a lot. Omo call appointment you check it omo sack no making sure say nyama like STD just some things we omo check it. See make I say me babo in the corner omo say omo here P sample. My aggressive. My aggressive. But say me say me who say bibi woman me my aggressive. I say man I don't want to say UP. We will stay here today. You
this on the back.
My aggressive. As a mom, it's almost they were checking for STD and drug testing. Now me say you pee. Nana, what are you hiding? Nana,
oh, but
I pee before I kill. I say you drink water, you wait, you pee again. It's the good news was when to me and you see the bathroom. It's not say some quiet back younger one test be or baby. It's your corner urban, so I got a pee. So you're gonna hold it. We're going to give it to their hospital. They need your pee so bad. It's when they called me, say, they check for after me say, okay, say, okay, no problem.
That is
it. How
because
well do you know your kids?
You know
after night say, I was walking on the eggshells.
And it's how one say, akwalano of fifi oko school of meeting friends. We don't know, but now for no show mono, unim and kolano. There's a unim sub at the tea them and kolano. You are right. Me say me say me back as why area. I mean, oyo banamiti wo. Check everything and check the. I want to check everything.
My boss started making trouble. I'm say I smell something in this house, and I'm say like what? I'm say like weed. I would say really, ma'am. Maybe it's from your people.
So no,
it's my aggressive. The babu and this is son. They say once I be a spoon. I wanted them any lighter. I feel about Kuba. I said, ma'am, I'm not doing anything. You can go drug test me. You're always paranoid about something.
It's the best into and Kolano. Yeni momu, eti 14 and kolani yeni momu, uni mubano. But also oko school, oko secondary school, oko university, oko high school, influence or into BPL empire bo, o de bompa le fata obanechi. Na okwa, no mommy loves you, my baby piano. Into mo bia kombi. So what? Me bay, obeka support the country. Na yonwe ni say oh
I the omo dey
mama for girls
we're learning about biology. Now you're learning about sex. Also there you go again. That's all you know. Don't say me simuno. It's like I want to act like me a young
but in school time
it's about biology. It's about sex. It's about mom, we're learning biology. And I'm say, oh, Missy, boy, you're learning about sex. So there you go again. That's all you ever worry about. So I know it's me when I was in school, it was an interesting topic for me. So I like to hear it.
Another important part of me, child, and I'm said me there, show me a social media. Phones are very, very important. As I work for no, let me draw your attention. Except you share your man phone because sometimes in your mind, especially Ghana, and na one time be me one be sending a media be breme. Now ultimately who say a JSS in Kola.
No more Kola.
Yeah, me deleting me blocking and me but. JSS and Kola, Omukuta Mufo, Omo year dear sister and penny for. Me who send you a camel tree, is a demonium.
My bedroom like sex. They're talking more about.
Almost on my knee, almost you to Mr. Tongane Costa. Me, I think say Ghana no, me, I have no idea. I am mean, parents maybe are aware, but you know, you say you check it, your mano, the almost share. Social media phone uko demu me kai emri bi we ni say mba no obebo me mata mo start school no school na eja ye who say or pick wait me as you enter junk food ni ku ye enter drinks ye to say orange juice ye enter
healthy
if you enter chips ne
popping. Like,
your
don't
man
say
make
that.
you see. I quite pick you and pick you waiting. And I make us do on there. So yeah, I know I can't share or check you on my bags. One day I could be a closet to make a check him. Madam, I had a whole fine candies, new cookies, wrappers.
And then we'll trickle treats. I mean, I'm mom right now. We but no, see no corner next as me immediately go be back.
There's a AKOSUA and enough for the amount nobody. So they are not on say yeah, bet you know yeah, getting trouble. No, they are shame, no, or they are oba, no, they are so no near me cool no say. Nande, madam, you know, Neja or Canadian, yeah, Nti I said it was good. Yeah, nene career and I teaching say no, and yes, I am person will be happy, but this is a situation, you know. Yeah, a boost you cholesterol. Nti I say also share sugar, you know. Nti so share who ye ni ade, you know. Ti I say, but say ki anko share. And I just said, dear no diko. No, yeah, no fine. They be no, yeah, no fine.
And then I make kind you. Oh, say onye bindi. Enti no okonya abonti den no obedi.
Yeah,
but enkwala de
but yen pese yeah obedi bebre. Enti ne yeah na kakra every so often like a month be no manya ice cream ne de omko no mato be. But ono no de but
maybe I think that's my flaws. I allow them to have access to these things. But the thing is, my kids don't sneak and do things. Sneaky. Mom, can I have juice? Mom, say you can drink some water today. Today, give it a water day. I don't care. I didn't see it. Drink water. It's, you know, I think that sometimes being too strict, you know, they get curious.
Yeah.
Because I make it available for them. But you know,
where the sweet tooth.
Because this is more.
Bring it is a top bag in the no man and now.
Maybe younger ones don't
pay now with
very chips the whole day.
It's you know, I said ti woman no on my yeah debia
so 50 years no aya okokro ba na wani abre wo no obeba aduane pe mama I just did indomie me say hey ora alai omo pe enti no se no sika no say me say mom but too much because you afede too much enti parents Mr. Mo and mama yanka we nso single parents also. Let's look at that. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
You can say I'm calling limitation for the kids. So we say, oh, bano, you bring your nash, you better bet yourself a tablet and a phone. Intina now say, me tama me bano. Normally mothers they are bashaboni. You can say mothers they are bashaboni. Pa, who said, yeah, obey yes. Dear fatal. Efo. Just because you want a good favor from your kids, you know, you always want to be on the good side. As I say, and last week na me manika. Or no, I had because how papa Baba boat, and maybe our papa no monster. Monster. As I say, you know, what limits do you give to your children when it comes to being a mother? Bibia no better mama, Bibia no better say, oh, found this only sweet, and they be able to sweet, they be goofy. Or intimate phones, your baby are metamana. Do you have limits for your kids?
I have great limits when it comes to Mkolano. I tell them, say, successful people don't walk around looking like, you know, holding expensive bags and looking like so I tell them all the time, say, aside your parents, no, anybody who will ask you what do you want for Christmas or your birthday, you tell them anything. Sometimes we all come to a conclusion where we say, we don't want to get anything. We don't want to receive no gifts. Like this Christmas, a younger one, it's, you know, I've been able to incorporate that in their life. Say, America, they be a baby. So it's not, Christmas is just an add-on. It is a main two man tour. It's nothing to be upset about. To be honest with you, my son wanted these Tasman ox. That was like $100. I don't buy gifts, 1,000, 2,000, 500. No, I have to constantly remind them that Mark Zuckerberg, who owns Facebook, is still driving a Toyota. Rich people, you know, don't walk around. Say, "Wouldn't namna ukita Louis? Ube kita Louis $5,000. Now we need $1,000 that will account more." And these were things I have constantly preached to my kids. That to me, you know, my son always thanks me and said, "Mom, I'm so grateful. You know, back in the day, I never used to understand you, but now I do. You know, I'm not into all these name brand new phones. It's, you know." Now, me kita new phone. It requires taking pictures. But me come kita your friend is saying Note 20. Na me sika 1,000 plus. And from the phone in mouth. What do you do? How are you going to pay the cell phone bill? It's these things now, and I have to show articles like the issue with the guy in London, the young boy who got stabbed for the new iPhone be now about out. Not enough for jumping now. So these articles, when I find them now, I forward it to them so they can also read it. Say, yes, I mean to me, Tom Mawo. But as a child, you have to know your place. If you're going to start using an iPhone 14 Pro Max at age 16, and it's already 20 now. That just say, Apple, no. So sometimes I think we need to express, how we also, like we need to tell them. And if depending on how you say it, it's not what you're saying. What you're saying there, you are right. But how you say it for the kid to understand, and be like, yeah, mom, you're right. Now, I mean, tough iPhone, be a mouth, but damn. I just need you, man. I mean, me pay you cry no.
But
my thing is, as a parent, just lower it down, Kakra. I don't mind buying it for you, but you ask yourself, you have to pay the phone bill every month. Some things has to be a priority. And I tell them all the time, don't walk around with an expensive shoe or bag and you barely have $1,000 or 10,000 sitting in your account. That's a no-no to me.
Okay. Yeah, I like how you're teaching your kids about financial literacy.
Yeah.
Because for me personally, as I mean, I think say obia menya me mami bi no abeka say o AKOSUA say sika we unya 100 afa fa emu 80% to ho. Into me start college say no one say o now to credit card now to into just say me many so ba me no ba me so na just say minimum debt 15,000 on to be college say na there's a debt that one is so clear into I am de say o ka say show man financial literacy yanso sa na yanso ye man say sa ya set limit say bronya no ye ntɔhwe ma obia until obia no one more expect to be for bronya until we stick no so be be choose council on papa no aye sika we yan fan tot stocks and obi sa I made you say back what stock amount and I will me amount just so they have they can make their own decision.
Marriage taught me personally. So I mean, saying marriage taught me a very good lesson. In a good lesson in the sense, say, I started saving first. Now me yeti e wo fie. Oh, me yeti a day $500. Sada na me ko mesi akodi skeni na. Me ba na ma fa red box. Ma Gigi movies. But never ko $1. But me share. Na ma G4. What G4 na? Ade chia na ade up na san charge you extra na McDonald's. So one day I opened my statement, my Chase statement, and I felt disgusted personally because a day what make you 500. What could this kenny na? The only people who got lucky to have their money in my account were the customers who paid me with check. Because I know because na me here cash. Maybe this cannot that day. But marriage, taught me, say, you can't do that. My husband started making me feel, say, Mamba brochese me hero. So I started opening, shine your eyes. It's when I opened up my statement one day, me share say, literally half a page was red box, coming in between was McDonald's, and then flipping the page was Macy's and all of that nonsense. And I asked myself, for how long do you want to live like this? So I learned, and I had to teach my children how I learned mine the hard way. So you need to save for a rainy day.
Well, say in college, don't want to. The whole kind of college over. Your college just say that's over summer. Now only say college. So obi chwa there. Phone you crammy. Edit chairman program iPhone 13. Edit chairman me man be good them.
Can you use the phone? Do you know how to use it?
I see.
Because I almost say Samsung.
So when you see,
you know what to press.
WhatsApp even now you see. Oh, and never will to the ever say. Never send the bed. And then Miss microphone me. And na make us. Me they say yeah can't wait because in colatity and ya de kitro. Oh say yeah can you say but in colatity and your whole school.
It doesn't come with a manual.
And we are mother and so. Obey mother open that betutu. If say obey or wa OP people na betos. It dey be am oye mother. Now say me manu oka super bibi. Na me nya ready. O de koso o de kapo hwi me de me kasa. Me yi mani. If he said, Sikana, no, now this is not plans.
Yeah.
And take your upper way, and I just saw it where you know. Okay, when I buy first, then we dear who here they are talk. Me try next time no, me buy cook the phone no. One time me a person would die, or person would die.
Ube upgrade.
Hey,
Five Pro Max.
that's almost time. And no money say me ko use can to phone ma for anything because the other year no and I miss me ba me too borrow the one I do for na my head na wash as I miss me then nation because me no more me back at no sapa
And they were foul.
or and or big time back last one and he said mo wa me say so na sabe na ba so na me hwe na me da hwe me how far now until I grown no until no o baby bia mama say me ka to mama era see en sha asam na me no adada because cash ni bi no na ka koto ade ko but mother bi wo wa e bi ni ho okoko bobesia no de akwa koto amakra no na se ne stacking na eni de akola na chi hwe akola e wo no sika because of food
Yeah.
when you say when I mean you miss stupid oh it's like one talk phone na makola na and at that particular moment no says cannot to cell phone ka bet me say bi makola na gas and then pay me say mothers no bo or send ba o short ade shark no pa boy shark la na but we cry dey atoto o say we be a say we cry towards akola education or no e win dem pa boy to ma ba ko to ni any boy dey but e she me ba na me mtu say na head and then pa show your bata na wutie me and na man me person we ya dey be man say ni papa na to we man na me say papa na to e ya kai ho
Yeah, last week.
say papa no yo say papa no na to ya kasi daddy said I should give this to you please say thank you to him only ni wo kra no we a single parent man friend papa no na say on wa to we na man na papa no onko so nya ne mo e ma bebre no no ye osme na me ye e ba ni sana wo ti akola ni bibi entubo say akola ni here bibi a na obeta friend papa wo but onim say wo na ye enti no aba wo enti pepe no say papa fo ni so ya papa fo no na me say nka no kre we 20 a 5 ni shema 25 na 85 no mo 5 mo shema no aya mo mayen ma o ma baso ne wo say o ma no because me kro ma dem ni Ghana there we be 20 a 5 and as 4 and shenkola enti me pacho we ye mother na say be ma ne so to bi man kola na ye man kola no so na hu say that in the toy only na ntekra on fe no na na se na papa ne hu say ade se akiro bibi ne se de bia na mami but do be kwa won to te so na wo ji eyi
When your boss asking we ama be jampia ko single mother side. So be a single mother na on nimba especially kroma there we a single mother na wa adwen papa nkwa there we na o keep him crying automatically. Na because na adwen no wa hia aboa ye do glebe ma na be enye adwuma na one nkra na tie iti no we say oh me ametumi ahwe me ma na say asumba maybe on the wine I just on the nasem the financial bodan for only different but the why willing to be hwe ma now so be say oya obi e wo mu nti no pese onkula na bebe on papa bi papa na ready so be hwe nkura
just that on say single parent no e idea they say I had to say fashion enti no obi a single parent no feel say e achievement ena oye single parent so to be bema no de bema ne be ye no so na ma oba no so ye de oye to obi a mama can be fast yeah sometimes one will say bema no enkola ne de omo bai yemienu na ye de enkola na ba wiase wona ye obi bi na bia anasa wa na so wo kọ na wo kọ eno nche se wo hwe wo ma enti se mama ne nko ahwe enkola no a na se wo bema no se bu jaye no sebe mu fa nche memani mu a wan ko fa oba nyansani bi anware no na se mema ne befie ho na se oba ne mema ne ha ya mema ne ma ho bi because some stepmothers are so nasty especially when omutumi ngo bi ma papa no na se mu so e fe ne se e bia me sister e bia se no satete ne mana fa no na e bia stepmother no ne ma won tete yo mo sa o se na ahoye bi na papa no so afe ne ma no na bia one ne ma ne kasa pe be se na ahoye bi abem afi de nkola no omo madwane ni ebia on from ebia or 15 years sebe ebia the period aba kasa no ho ti bo sakran be ba no na sent bia na ne bi o se we de mu nkogo bi enye se eye ni da ho but de ma me ni hu yi se ne ma ne ba na o ma ye no me ma mu nkogo bi o papa be social omra papa sa na je se fi olo o ma ti bo na kwan no ma bebre mesre so we your bad time na se me single parent na se me kun abewarewa mesre e pese me kana me deviate kakra ye de nkola ne ba wonim dachu wonim china some stepmothers are sweet they are nice e bi nso ye konko ene nam de be ma no aka kire stepmother ninti no o de nkola ni na afra otan no otu se be ma ni nya obesa ko ni dada ni ho mi dada somewhere one ono ne to one o kasape o se anka AKOSUA o wa anka ya o wa bosa akwa the grade 1 and so it is a single parent. It's not easy being a single parent. It is not, especially when akwa na so ye din and I was one I will call Juma the one with you call Juma no ba no pa 9 nko no ba on baba stand kola ni ko school into say one fan pipe but me can pipe but pipe is the key one fan pipe but one training akuma me be kwa so no kwa na ko meja ne na gufi no mo je gbo no mo ye we no fa kola ni ko fia me fi
baby shower ka
no
me
ko fia no ko fia ni o ma bi oh no ko fia ni o ma bi as a single brother be boa o de be na no ba na kasa na wo tu ne fo no ama na ku say men se papa ne so obotumi send ku na ma ne ba ne kra be so bo papa di ko fo
and likewise
oh yes stepmother and mama no so say mama no mama no nkola aha enti pacho say oni akola na bibia men ma akola na heti mama na say papa no de oni ne nchen no akola no asa wo nyini a obehu de onye no obehu de oye enti me single parent who tie me a it is not easy to mo emotion be single parent be a wotumi ama bedroom be me bo me say ma me single parent be on so we ja ne ba ni mu me sort say ono me mama me na me kokko pesca bre ma me tu so ko no akra ne nam no ni sen bi aba no di yare bi aba no eten basa da bi single parent ona de ne ba wi ase hwe no kopim da we ba ba gi no nsem ni aware na ayefe na enimgbase bi ama but bi wa na dwan ne say the fact say all brand de akra ne nya de ope and that one at the end of the day go any day sabe point say onye good man
single parents for no matter na unsusu ye wo mbe ma opeka se oni de omba na de ya no na
no pet baby ntina
yes oni de on force kra na de I willing so be hwe ne mma so de ma no kwan enye sa da achi wo na otan ne be ba oso nkra ne be nyini no be hu no kra tuem na wo be hu se say all along na enye me maami na enye me papa na wa ye bibi e wow fault you really comment kakra na ye mbisa question bi so hia pa Tani Rich say great topic ladies. Cynthia Sakifio say Happy New Year, Sissy. Happy New Year. Say keep the good work you guys are doing. All right. AKOSUA Trinebo Akwa say Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, AKOSUA. And the last day of the 24 comments back. Produce a number of hope with me now. Was na bra a bisa. Question back where here sunny decision making. I'm phone especially. I don't know, I say your decision is the best. Oba is such a oba bear my queer power. Office oba no war and you good now. And I saw me king. I say a man no power. Yeah, I say oba be our the dressing crying yet. Oh, you made the anin what just say. Oh, the end yet. Just one worry about it. One I said, you bet you see a man. I say one worry part, one worry. Oba na de onye nipa onye oba tiare so moka de wo hom fa start AKOSUA also
I said decision making most of the time I think it's based on experience who say say when my make na me tia so say na you say when you say oba for busumen kro wo yaw say mommy be one more single mother ono no wa hwe akola ya so so mistake bia just why bi wo enti say edu tama aya na simple an ko ware bia na ordinary to form na hwe a baby me be ko bia na emo ano
AKOSUA ka de sa de am no de nipa na ko no de anyim ne 9 months atama okay
let me see bia parents bi wo ho a Parents ni bi wo ho
Yeah,
a.
parents ni bi.
Ono no feel say ono na wanyi say ono wa brew.
Bro.
Enti just said the obey bi ya no ono na onim de eye ma. So because ono no wa fa mistake bi mu no wa hwe wa tetew e no ono no to aduane onim de opa adi onim de be ye ya ma. Nso kola ni bi wo ha me say me da bi ameka say me ma no service bi omudu aware so a nyem na me nipa ne kotena. Nyem na me ni kotena. De me ya ne say metu for meka say o e bia ba bia ukodi. Ka me aka medwun kakra na so say ono ana pa dia. Me de me de stra ebe de be di nachi. Nti okona say ye ma na ono a anye ya ma no so omo a because omo mienu na omo koye de omo kota na omo kobombra. Nti me mom de bad decision na I weigh it. This is what is good. You know, not me de matwa ma me no do omo susua. And so sometimes say bibi ona me feel say no that baby we there you won deaf yeah there owo ni nkwa there na megina mu ma ka say omo susua ide but they do baby a kola no do baby a kind of for parents and excuse me to say nyo omo nyina but we like dependency. Maybe I ever say a man about no depending on us. We don't want to give them a little bit of freedom. Until me, I feel like say when you're making decisions, give the kids choices. You know what is good? The opposite over far. The na ma tie the ono so pe. Na wo de no for explanation. I have say teach you. Classroom bibia there's a fact, there's details for the facts to support it. Into say who would make a decision na no all the facts no bia aduane banku me person obedi banku ansa no akosu beda adan ya bia na wa kire m say o bia mu odu nti no so wudi a bia obekwa akoda na wabisa nti wo so udi banku no na akosu a eden na eye na kola ne kan de anu aka say okay nti de eye oni na me so de me feel say wudi ebe ye oni nti mu de ehe na eye ma nti na de utie ono so side na wetimi ajogo as a compromise but you know say at the long run no wo decision na person we dey we push until me you just have to weigh it out, you know.
Sister, edu aware whereby oba akwakware a empire sene watete oba nafa o share the wedding gown also ni modini ko na opepe fi na wo se watete e ka so ba tete a sometimes no e pathetic to say utu se baby okoye no ye emwa no mother no unhuye because there's so many experiences mother no etumi hu se adwoa be me ebe ha if you say meti me wo me dem me wo do no wo kasa sometimes oba ni kasa no kasa obuonim emfa no mpo se me wo dem enti pacho dwene ho wo ye nkasa keke obe me bi o wan obe ma me bi o na ne baba ma no chese odo oba na ma say I'm sorry to say why is Jimmy Foreman oba no to be feel na bi a ofese bibi ni fi na bi oba ma 7 abu os na me fa plate ko ibe na ma me no ho oba tanti ho oba hu na bi a etia on hye nka wan po no yi say mo hye nka wa enti no se na me nwe kan maka akire o mama we nsa de oba fofa no but oba ta wuntumi nda se wo ba frɛ na onsu na bia owo America na bia onsu wo Australia hwe kwa tintin bisa ho se tambe na metumi akwakoso because obitumi from AKOSUA I want to kill myself our fu bi okomuti no be ma bi frame esu ofo so be ma onsu nti sakola adenti if Obama ko ware no aginsim ona wo miensa na de Obama je no on enti tu baby a edu aware na me ma ye nhwa anwofe mothers go wa osifi osika wo emponchi ne go o sika wo sen because what sakwala ne say onkonko pesika enti akwala ne kotna ware na sna say baby boy menedwuma say a enti say sika na ekofom a me ma me ka say sika wo fie ho enti sika ntina nkonye odo pase wonim se wo kokko ebe ma ne se so boafo a odu wa se eda oninu se enyo anu sana mema ne so no oba no se eda oninu se nye da be mebu o wanfa kwanjo enko oba ne hwe no obehwe na du baby awie no na fa kan so nya me type na tama with me this can show school na me your type wow etu mother no te say oba na fe no complain bitterly ohun yo but odo asem nti na du awaresem a ye wo mama no na mama no I'm telling you edu be ye mothers na making ye mothers am afide wo go through stress area na wo your opinion na akra ne stress aba be kan because to me da wo dwene oba ne ban watete so no te ho oba ne baby ekra no sebi ne huni na yayi utu se akola no she's not an abema no so tete enti na ware de edu aware time a decision de uba bomb para ka jakopon se de opes kostete no star yes aware ya na me hu so obi a man no mu de eche nko me be 20 and ya so mu na green and almost saboni ba betwem miwa bema no when I quick one na me my sister nka se miwa bema no ni kapro mi maka kire jo say senior ye call Robert aware na me hu e sa na me pe no enti ma 20 jo ni sika kro ntunye ma 2 and so don't dey na person akobo besia enti akobo besia wi a there will never be peace because akobo besia be 100,000 at 1 billion or the car and 2% in the buff and one mother and so I was saying them saying decision ba and Ghana for mood team ya mo pesa yet we try to tree because almost a bear man fear in sika ho now read visitors can a bear man papa dia no bear man dia and no mucho listening be sana mo de ba na me man said adwane na oba na ba be ye problem ama bear man ti mesre edu sa decision na sa decision ne de I was say mama for mutna se na so ka say we ask where do con the doors afuna mo kakọ ware entity bi so eno de to me decide bi sa na oba na for the hu se be ne ma e na bear man so hwe ne kasema tete no mo mutemi ni tete no ye de oba ne ma bear man ko ware no ye nko ye word ne sa ne ma no oba no ko wo o clean o ye bibia o ye fan no atonkra mo ko ware ne ma me tete ni bia o be ka chem se no kre e say de online na o sha na no master teacher tia no makoware Ghana the same 3 months 2 months 4 months now we go to kwan ya na se wan kwan enti tu baby a empaibo na decision no o ma no o fa hye no ye di nkomo o dwe ho sen na fe de akola la dwe no na o empaibo teach se so se be man kwa ko ha no a na de empaibo na te odo nyankopon te se odo ni fa kona na ni so o se to be ed ni se say no but obi cliff no osu a enye asende wo na wo no na wo janfo na wo tichi ne re because they be na mama ni papa wo akoto awarefun and already bo wa eye wo be wo stupid o fupa na be wo te be ya tobo men tutu mi kan kwajo ene na ma the sense ye bi e kan ho na wo nyini wo fie sen me do age na ma wo na ye ten esto na sno me obi kan of elephant you elephant me ti ba chomane
Sadia, when it comes to decision making for your kids, I was in
send our real.
When it comes to marriage now.
Oh yeah, nana the base but they na me esna be say de nana nchusha me pay.
Any day, I'm not going to be picky with physique.
Yes, good.
But I'm making this very clear. Any day, I don't want anybody to judge me on this. I have told my kids say, me baby worry Ghana. I'm sorry, say me can't same way. Mommy baby any honomo because I won't deal with your father and come and deal with my in-law. Asobia your bayfo. Asobia your bayfo. It's I don't want to be called a witch. It's no ko worry broni on him. And yes, so na kom ni petewe wona ma na e bi ka. Me on ring kase no. Just on from onye me post. Me baby any honomo my 3 kids. I have told them, say, I don't want them to marry. Why? Hey, you can't love a Ghanaian.
I love
you.
No, woman.
Maybe I told there be many Ghanaian.
You
of course,
love,
no.
And I love what to Musa de Anko.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, I understand you, girl.
Yeah.
Give me.
Boza.
But me pacho so mo worry Ghana need the
media, if I have to do it again, it will be a Ghanaian.
Okay.
But my kids
now
no. They don't even want to eat the Ghanaian food.
Do you have
Everything is spicy, even water.
Sister, my children will say, Ghana for me money be, mo fancha, and I say me man.
We are sorry,
Ghana for me money dey own. We 20 responsible ones. And then pata 5 do be nya.
Because I don't even see why
Ghana for me money be brave.
This Western world.
My am obi ejani o.
Oba yebi.
When I meet
we all working.
me defend Ghana for me man kakra. Me defend e
I am working.
She's saying her experience.
13 hours. The only thing I survive off is water.
But mommy for no ka ho bi. So the me man no bi so ye de omo ye no because mommy for no bi wo ho no ma. Me baba e ma on ko kitchen. On ru ni kuku.
But okay, also this is the last question.
Every day, mommy for ye ka ho bi. Minimum bi a wa wo. Why C-section? Ojina kitchen. Ne mother-in-law wo ho. Ni kun ekọ kitchen so ko boa ne yire no ma me ne ka che ne ban se wagimi so o boa ne yire no wa ye aduane
but it
comes down to ho TV
that's fine
obi a wa ye sis enti ma me for ye nya ye ka ho
don't get me wrong enipa 2 na worry enipa 2 and worry enye nipa 3 ni 4 and I say two shall join together and become one enye me ne woni ma se ba and I say ma se be ma na say me kunu it comes down here minimum bi obeboniti no ne ba them are aware broni mama ne kono she has kids and then some of them had married Ghanaians but now as if say I knew mama ne tia konyem no oh e say me koto fish na me koto we na me say na wa say no so be fa wa oh you broni no ntimi na me say na me say ma mo so ha adwen o aka Ghana ni ba so na ka we fi adwuma ba ko ma na gina ne na so I had told her how I felt without even knowing echem no call no be see Mami we no onye jumo didi na say a ne so no ma o me ye Ghana for but broni ni de on the left ma wa de a okay but we ni Emma we don't disrespect our
I think it's the expectations. It goes back down to say who say begin make actual say expectations.
My son does everything.
Expectations now me wo Emma me mano based on me Ghana values no. A little different from the expectations as also American mother.
One will say, a man be, bear man be ye. See me, you send a sister to me, I said to them. Na bear man, I could you my banner, my we say if you come. Or ban the best some after 3-4 days, or ban the banner bear man, I went to me. A 1 year. Said I would out to piety. And I would be bound to say, when it's you were cassa. I need them.
How you say it?
So
not what you're saying.
Because of Buba or yeah, because on him very well said at the end of the day, no. I find the say obre and our boy. Or baby or what? Not doing none, he said. Bema na ye dear, Bema ye, your bossy ye. So what can do better the moment and that's the baby come once and was as him. Me pacho baby, intimacy. Said Bema the year, and not just with Jimmy. And to know Bema boy, yeah, enough for the banner there. Obana afane so enti obeso to us say say my man no be man so no be nso call we because why dana ma on e yodo onu ne ma me tell say obua ojira nya bone but on ka say wo ba be oba wo fie wo say ama emema be bro wa obo on peso baby because me ye no me jina fokrati wa o say me na fa bon kono join my ndi respect him because oyema no eno ntese waji enti mama bebre so ne na se ne ma me ba no be hu se ne e be oba ne tetem gusun ba na ono so ne bu yef but se ojia ko operation na se obua na ase ba ne de ni kwan se o yesa because omo no more ma ware eno mi no omo to mo asefa ti wo ma mesesa oba na dwene o ena sister some o kan obi o wa ware se ba ware nkrani da to ma ne baby an ware nkrani is anando ko mu obi ha ware fanti da o man baby and wife fanti because of the come but forgetting say as no bia ne upbringing but sajuni ni church ni mtino ni bana ne ko ano ede beni nkrani memple wa jata ha because uncle ni never experience and no experience no case man baby and ware Ghana and na obi so experience me the Ghana for nkwa mema mbawa obi a wone de they will be Miss Stephen or Bruni. The oil you say Uncle Ghana near Anka Anka Woody Dada.
Steph.
Bolu Bruni no Otinasi. Otinasi, Mrs. Steph who ye when Obacas with my besia. Or who ye a mammy free Ghana call UK. Yes, me call one on not me way on wow. Me could do a BS mamma shakolan. Me tell I say Osnoma so Mr. Not John, a sack of a candidate, as a pampers. And beside John said, John, so why did I come? I wanted to go and sleep.
Go rest.
Marco could do.
Go rest.
And you want a Janet and make a cut to me, Janet. Not John the jealousy. Trace not the bread. He said, there's some cream. And the mono kind. Me the oh. And to oh, say, Steph, you know, is a say now. Follow that's I'm coming up with this. Oh, I really to know. Name me be oyen. Ghana ni bema. Na can the family a home meeting. I can so you didn't say. And as no obiani in the mindset, any person in Mawari. But so Banikoshia Ghana ni. And hope Ghana food be so sweet.
Oh,
a penny is so sweet, sir. And pie bottle and a couple babies are beman. And to say, oh, your mind said, Mamma, what if Fantinida? It be a Fantino or Bano, Uncle Babishi, a mamma. Nina and pie bottle. And interest was sister. Obaka name, ya, oh, easy.
The sister be on the Okana, I want any quitty and you put the trash. You put my best room when I say, oh, say the bunny trash. Ah, I feel we shall from Mary. Tankas. The bunny said, Tankas, no, you will chrome her.
Wow.
But some men put their foot down.
Yes,
some men would say, Ma,
yeah,
Mr. Chroma,
yes.
You do when you be a Kawanutu.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, some men defend their wives, but some men rather no, only fight if you are seven. No, they call. If you can enter, not to bring or time.
No,
sell.
It's not better with you.
Yeah, but
there's
there's
stop.
And I can say, Ceciano, make me move with your foot and can say, Medebema, I will follow more no more and memua, a woman and say, yet to see your mind. If you ever shall say so, baby or Bema to me 1 year. Ay, okay. Oh, remind me
they know, they choose not to do it. These mothers know because you didn't like it, so don't repeat it.
Exactly.
Don't repeat it because your mother can never tell me say she had the peaches and creamer or worry with papa.
Yeah.
What's it say? So don't repeat it. Don't come and see something in Obifi and want to try to come and correct things. Okay, don't do that. Yes. You know, it's however it is, no. Marriage takes two, but the wife has to stand firm and the husband also needs to stand firm. It's I still be over say, hey, baby,
yeah.
Now don't it's already know my mother knows say on him become many question. What must say because Shadi and question assembly the third person. What must say because what you allow is what will continue.
And about time you contempt. And it's now on check
2 years.
What back? So I felt saying, yes, sir, oh my God, no, do a kitchen. And
I'm saying, my baby, I'm not going to buy some power and say, because now, Papa, nasty way. No, I'm just saying, says,
I'm talking for say, of course, I mean, let me tell you, the common Papa, my men, no, no.
Yes, I want the Baba. And that's our brother. Brothers, so many time.
But on serious note, Mister, we are so, especially a man who costs Rauba, the patcho, who do a child 1 week, cut now, Kunche, who can work correct.
Oh, Bansua,
collocative,
oh, Bansua, crack.
Don't just show up because I know that to be a cobanoria. And on man, if I will be. Minam Nimi County. But I feel not the ideas from was not chill. We baby has no abread. Who say if I'm coy? Beman knew what double fan of a GB band to Mr. We are Bana Besra or Bar. We are Bemana Bess or Baba Saba Beman Abba Mr. What only 1 week? We are real a show fee. A better house of map show. I know a good our first class. And my baby, I will say, or don't have more enough a sorty. They be a Beman boss say, a mamma miss one manager.
And me question is say,
it's a question.
A good say, Obequacofa o mame, Abana Wabesh o Manama wana say a wookroom. Yeah, young people now. I am a minimum maybe a more Ghana. Is it good for us to bring them to help us with all these
Chaos,
values
Nkiti.
in the chaos.
If the husband can stop it.
Yeah, kasi yen making sure say you beat me. I share your ma. As with daycare expenses and all the up and down work schedules in the idea.
It comes down to communication. If you ask me, not mommy be or your housewife, you couldn't your doctor. Now, the mommy ne buy no person bet it girl no person bet na ni so. Iti wo yi ni sweaters. And odi go say girl ni si. And also girl no so ma, me the best washer ni mo. Or me pay washing machine nya mesi. Yes, I would will say si. And girl no so, ma me the bet too delicate. Or me pay sa that was or no. Iti when ne ba e pull it up no. And na ohun say ne yere ni gina ono so ka che me so otete ni kunu. Ohun se ni kunu bi garage door no. And no gina washer no hu na odi na asenya ma ne de egu washer ni mu. And na ni kunu bi say na hwan nya me no so ma. No say or say ma me fa machine isi. Ohun na ne ma me so the mother was also proceeding. No say ma if you are no bi amfa ni sample sahe. E say a meto for frama. You the better delicate. Ne yere ntimi fa ni science. Ohun na he nipped it right there. He stopped it right there. What's him I say? The as obi Berman no I bing obaso no I bing. But at the end of the day, no, you see who works the most, and you just give it a balance. It's called common sense. What's him I say? Where the can do fear? Bet me the money is so. And now so be can fufu. Oh, honey, me the fufu is so. Na obedi bi. Na me mani nye bebre. It's so ma me cry be can so ma. Aha yan yan is our how. You have to let her know. Say we live in a Western world. You are not the sole provider. We all help.
Mami bi wo wa. Ono sa edel na ne ba ni we anya bi o. Ono hard way. Ni kuna nkoko nsa. But ni woman bi a okotena ne ba nche o you can akoko ji ni ku.
Oh, some do that.
I want tempton ne ba no. Ne ba me fridge ma ba na ma me a shorts.
No.
Or babaji. And sometimes no, you way near ma. Oh, I mean, I want what to say. Oh, and sometimes talk of phone near be back. I could be a USA. Or then Nikun, a necessary Nikun, Ebenyam. So sometimes, send me O'Connor. Oh, my me or Beji. Oh, sister Babaji. And to know I was so send obey on your maffa. Me say, young can make pet and call 8. I hope my missus, me pay me crack.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Me pay 8 sister. Or mama 7 and my son come back account 9. Me pay even number.
I'm the same
odd number. And to all, I bet say now, you should know who wouldn't it back if you say what for France has a 3 months time no come back to work. It to be you
3 months.
Maybe woman but not 3 months.
No, you 3. Me will Friday, me will fear. Me will November 12. Hospital. Yes, and almost I be a hospital on Monday because I'm a home for also. Tuesday me Juma. With C-section and 3 little children. But I have my personal reasons because I know why. I didn't have a choice.
Yes,
because my mother no. It was enough for my debia my men. I saw the sikaneba. They the bills. It was enough. It's me wo ye no. Me wo November 12. Ye pame me fi hospital on Monday. Me wo Friday. Monday.
Oh normal dey be pa won.
Me debi o. Me the C-section. Ti me.
I tried to take 5 days.
No. Me I had no choice. Me they left me no option. It's not me be fi Monday no Tuesday na me we ya call basement ho. Akakakra me boti me na mama be say so when are you due? Now say I had a baby already. I say what? Now I had a baby on Friday. You mean this Friday, like 3 days ago, they were very upset with me because I never give myself the chance to heal. Just recently, because another surgery Tuesday. I went to work on Wednesday and I've been working since. But me can't miss me want to me. Oh, me want to me. Oh yeah, because
and nobody.
And also me can't see Canada you're running in alcohol. Me can't pass my career surgery. Me trying to say na surgery no me yana because me too pain. See Canada you make dead.
They will say o baby o pay juma bia no. Or will be a crampon and still now what no.
Yeah.
Na me na me doctor friend no AKOSUA na me 9 months. Me and me driving me nam me busy from doctor say hey. Won't you AKOSUA man or mama because the time no. Me wouldn't and me patch up. We are bad na onyem planning, planning. Or baby or one not say, me mammy never saw ba. Sadden so yan share. Or Bazan mammy never, Bemas and mammy never, not so the confusion about. obi ama
Obi atena
obi
Obi
antena
afa
because
bi yetira
and
fi.
yes idea 1 week mommy someone will come out there someone outside there me wo first one no mommy na buy second mommy so mommy na ntase nya adwuma ti me say bebre I think say our we na do that point na sentence and the confusion ne ba enti no do abehwe nkola ne de mbetna na wo de oba a wonche oba obi fi no hu na ma egum de bi oba na so
try the best answer. Wako.
oh did this was mu jimani wa ha o
Efi amu na mo.
yes
Efi amu na mo ye na pa.
ai
Ghana na ye because na be ni ho. But God being so good no enam wa ha. Eti ye the chicken fry ponche ne nchinam ne nyina ye the fry. Monum ye mo de o.
ntina wa ye kesi
Eh no ni asem no. Me ka say me wo me first one no. Me kuma ba ko frɛ me ka che me say. Eh mama, we dey one we dey try so be lucy wait o.
nonsense
O kan we na me no problem and then no. Oni me o share bigger size chem. Oh yeah. We kokko bi so mama say dey ntina na no one.
offend the Lord
I say chenna rebel.
offend the Lord is my baba
Inyo.
everybody imiti man
And then my slim, ono so ye fat. Ye di exchange.
exchange is no rubber
Exchange is no rubber.
it's no rubber
It's no rubber. Na nyina.
And then the AKOSUA for me no more ha. Thomas, me kwa na me different day. Yeah, me day for you cool in day.
mo akuafo me patch don't even go there
Ekiafo.
men drive car never am pim be omo ya this e na akua
O me ni
everybody yanko
No make ka da judge you.
me third born akua Stephanie akua
Hey,
Stephanie akua you know na me third born akua I know akuafo
Hey, last question I maybe say look at decision making no ho.
okay
I normally I ka say oh, ye pese ye madu baby a ye yen
yentumi ndru
ye pese we want our kids to do better than we did or we do.
okay
Inti sari inti no. Yen ka say obako school no say me be oya ade wo adepam ho a. And the opese oya better than ne o ban be doctor no. Say ye pese ade no.
papa
Baby a ye free the obi a person buy lawyer, obi a person buy doctor, obi a person buy professional job bibi. It is ano so mo ne mamefo ne nkasa last week me ka ho asem ma mema ne etufo. Say o tie you say tincha che say me batumi ye World Bank manager.
yeah
Nso akoresu say na adwen na nye bank asem.
of course
Inti no mamefo sa na kosia dey asem na obeka akire o so so ye bia wa atu.
And the mommy for Sano. Me momu de make a chair mammy say. A real no, you say and send me good chin, you say and say, and yes, saying a yepe. Obia, dear erade, ede, a man, a chen. Obia, a gifted, Obia, a genius.
Somewhere here.
It's how I ube cultivating that genius out of Aplano. And as a sister Shadia said, Oboti. Me could have master's degree. So sister Shadia betting me I make him more money than I'll make within a week from my paycheck. And he did the American say Usha Colano, you will be our friend before has say SAT, ACT, SAT scores. Wohwe mo SAT scores na obetime hu say akwai ebia comprehension enko yi nti no ahwe de akwala nsensa no dwuma na akwala no hwe na oye good na would what akwala say okay ensa dwuma no e good, this is the business you can make out of. Come up with a business plan. Sebi you don't need a very good book sense to become a great business owner. You just need the mindset, the determination, the motivation in it, and the mentorship. And then you guide the kid towards that. But minim say me momu de me mano nyame ayemadum. Sesi an omu nyina no bia is doing well in school. But me it will be on my me wo back on music. She loves music. She also loves science. See, Debia Yaka say, oh, if whatever you want to do, if you want to be a musician, you can think of something. How can you use music in science? You know, something that they can also do whatever they're doing and they love, but it can also build them up to where your expectations is. You know, don't. I'm not saying set a limited expectation. set a high expectation for them. But in the back of your mind, or parents, make your mind up, say, okay, it's okay if my kid doesn't become a doctor. But the kid, you can push them. Say, hey, you can do it. You can learn all you can to go towards becoming a doctor. But say, do baby na kolanika say, Mama, my dream dear, to me, yeah. We should accept it and not because in Colombia, when it's the brain, so o major nephew, no more waste your whole time. Ono onye doctor, ono onko school, ono onko ye adwuma, ono ote so na de bia una wutu ya ne phone bill. Wo hwe no, bibia atade kra na obeto ama no. But na mom no wo push your man na du baby na se wo hwe na nko ya, say or your makeup artist, then you push them towards that. You can become a makeup scientist. And your makeup for you, obi to me mix it. Yeah. Me sure color. Me say me color. They do winter. Now you cocoa. They do summer. So now my too. But to be able to mix it together, foundations together and match me, it's part of science. You see, and I just feel like everybody's a genius. You just have to cultivate that gift within the kid to make them the best they can be.
Now you,
me and the me akasa me ho number some music. And I mean, my main pet, say, because the musicians, they say, no smoky and some say they had this mentality about and two and I come and pay to so rest in peace. I'm sure no be on my back as I'm not make us on my me again so at this man go me my menu mass. On some paper no say obi akase me nye bibi na wo koya make sure say umu ba kwa akase say me nta na mpese obeye no aha. And I'm painting this. I ain't a man. No more fat. I check your coupon their mom. Yeah, because you observe and you. Because me, papa, I know 50 years and so bobo, papa, or bobo. Since you would your pay. Me back, second one is into agribusiness or pay agriculture, one your maintain a whole school now. And two say, and Colani in Domo pair. Me them ban graduation, so I am a master, so accountant. She's very good at that. And to me, I can't just say, quiet doctor, I'm in say. A friend say, "Ucho no credit be crack mistake." And I say, "Make us kokoye." They say nurses so many skin to koye be debi. This a plan cheat na kopon the man. Now can I share? Share. Almost a unya kopon footballers first. Now back about football say, "Hey, oh yeah, football." Now oh bolo. But always she think at that time. And I can buy a footballer na. And cause it's called the befi. Entire ma allow me my own talent. They will come to me. I want to do this. Me forcing the same man. Okoye no nakasa say oya young still ankoya because okay now you tried your own tienso and try the makeup both after both na also mama you're right but ube insist say onko sua science book said to say uso onko doctor tintin tefo kodu ebi na e say na bebre kunkunkunkunko free edro no okoya no akoma wrong obi to operation pa no eja paneni no marketing to makoni I mean into adwuma na kasa nye de yakọ conference on mama ye ntemo ma ye man kola ne chance no ma ye hu don person mo ye. Yes, they need to from near one. Say, Shona said, a man chance can also inquire or no, Babakas mammy. I think you're right. I want to change it. But insist here or paper pack with nothing. Nothing. I found some baby. Now, some to stay when now we'll channel. Now we'll try the bills because the oppressor oil and first come. Which I think say I am my mom chance now. You share the talent or the gift God has given them, and then we'll take it from there.
So I say that children living the dreams of a parent. Sana mimi huno. Ebi awuswa no. Na wo pese wo ye doctor. Ebi na wo pese wo ye lawyer. E na wenti mi anye. Nti sia na wo feel say wo ano no pese wo catch oba say so ko ye lawyer na so ko ye doctor. Mimi nyini no. I knew I've always had a passion for hair and makeup. That was me. Mimi dia no. But I went to school because I also had the mentality as a typical African child say, hey, 18 year was for dropouts. Yeah. And at the pump was for dropouts. At the pump quite end there. I'm so to me be a class 6, which me your numbers are, which will be for bust. AW for waster, which me who one day you're good to go. Now 18 year dear, what they want crap with the anchor, it's okay. But that was how I also in a minute now. I used to think, say, 18 year was for dropouts. I stereotyped as well. It's me about me me about Chrome at a young age after me at Central University. And now me call cosmetology school. It's me boka. But parents be brain because they want their children to live the dream that they wanted. Exactly. Now no person your doctor. Now kolana ko pile up medical bills, medical school bills, any all kinds of student loan. The opportunity about the advantage about living in the Western world, they've given children the opportunity to go to career school. Career school, no. Not just before we high school, no. Omo options as to what person ye barber, what person ye nails, what person ye a tea, whatever will be on the carpentry, welding, HVAC. There are so many things you're often kwalano. And most parents know obey me baby bankosua obey call university because on one kobinti no. And to be honest with you, a lot of Americans say that college is a scam. That is what they say. Yeah. They say college is a scam because what me call high school. Now we are high school now kitan sanu ejuma. Obedidi. Yeah. Obedidi. It's and the good thing about going to high school and graduating with insanu ejuma no. Ne say omudia na ejo mufu. But if we are high school no now we are watching say obesan ko back and you bet you akese. It's while the kid is in high school no. Say or your cosmetology, which is the most expensive, which is a any beauty industry, no, and we have 1,500. Me school no, na 20-something thousand dollars. Wow. For cosmetology school. Now, even till this day, hey, my school fees boarding, ni boarding chair LPN, and I make sure say I make more than a BSN. Me no, I have a goal. Say I need to make more because school fees not the home me. Yeah. It got to a point come with me taxes. It is a me bag girl no say I weigh 15 no. Ope lashes ni sanya manyama on she nko school. You were your limit with you. It's in a colane pay. Me ba boy say also be IT. Okay. And also so they charge them very and they need a young spring chicken for IT. It's who we are high schooler. On Nakasabanos mom, you know, when I finish high school, my income is about 60 to 75,000 a year, and I go for it. So by 18 years, no, this is how much you're going to be earning. What's the matter? But don't go to college and go and pile up school fees in the two. Exactly. Because you as a mother, no, and as a dad, no, what do we signature for to so? So through high school, if the kid has a friend is saying, well, how do you call it? Or what BB a year in Sunday Juma, encourage them. Don't feel too big. Say, oh, ma woba. Because me mentality, no, that I used to think like that. Say it was for dropouts. Sometimes a bit me back in the day, me I'm say, hey, Shadia, what's a bro for power? Because in their mind, you know, because me you know, I'm supposed to be a dropout. You're not supposed to be a dropout. What's my say? Now she said, no, Mark, all these expensive makeup, you know, all you now went through cosmetology to be able to build their own brand. My child is going to get to a place where I never went to. Because after my last kid, no, China I never had a push. But they say I'll be like Beyonce's mom. I'm making sure say I'll be behind the scene and I'll push my kids to the top. If my kids decide not to go to college, that kid is already making good money in the beauty industry.
And me try to understand that idea. I think that a lot of time early exposure also makes a big difference. I say my mano di almost say be a doctor's office kakra almost visiting asking some questions. Me kana me wa Alabama no me have some programs be in Kolana early you call doctor's officer. They serve as nurses, you know, and then they show them around, become nurses for the day. Then we call to say be a mechanical, no Marco shadow, you know, also how to do to fix cars and yada. There are things that early exposure and also no and so say okay, if I'm a doctor, this is how much I can make. Doctors, you know, this is the courses that I need to have under my belt, the prerequisite in order for me to make it and become a surgeon. If you know, until no one can say as only no, or no one can say make a decision and say, hey, make I say me mommy de make call a doctor I used to go, and then me nene kasa no can say mission a biology, science a middle school crime meeting me. But me say I'm very good at reading. I'm good at speaking in front of people. What about becoming a journalist? Make on news, you know, maybe a Afro 614 multimedia. And me better now on me mokasa me mediate kakra yeah, no most be good at mommy. I think it's early exposure, no. and so will make a difference when it comes to
not
pushing the kids
exactly.
into career path.
But
in a
not
good
to cut
career
you.
path.
No, say that is a problem in Ghana.
Mhm.
You be my use no
Oh.
maybe near draw ya draw kutre.
Hey, I say more.
Fine X.
Listen.
Wow.
What?
Me Babo India, to be honest with you, I was very when it came to math, I was one of the I wasn't good in math.
Let's the
But me
kutre.
Babo no, me share that name no Euclid. And that name means it's the name of a great mathematician. Say be ya me ba no. Just say, what do be too bad?
I know that
Obenya.
Now me say
If you never also pay maths, I'm saying now you have to like maths. And then you have to be a great mathematician. What are you talking about?
by force. I Nigeria America. Is it by force?
By force.
Yeah, me too back on the draw. I say a tefre. There's a name the pass. Who name
Butterfly pass. Me
there was a tefre. I'm saying Ghana educational. I'm going to books every my reading. And so I am saying, not a franc or financial.
Oh, me frustrated. The last meeting I had with the teachers.
But by force.
You have to like maths. You have to. Because I named you Euclid. It's a name of a great man. I said, Mommy, I won't need. No, so you don't have a choice. You will need math. Oh, the punish chow. Because maths na me hu so. My ask me hu so.
My son is in the name. You should have maths. Another day, OTA.
I say you won't need it.
Who is the message to tell you?
Oh,
Maths and the I think you can. A clan Dutch, you one can some math and wound a clan pair. No, what started. Once a clan make a mistake. No, started early, you know. Now, or swimming a crack, or petri bois. If I'm a band between, but I'm not consistent. No, a holidays, no,
summer time, no. They paid the children. Some they could try their beauty school this past summer.
Yeah.
They paid the children to come and learn how to do hair. And these kids, me making $500 to like for teaching them. No? They were making about $300 a week. Me making about $500 a week. No? They were also making $300. Now I say they feed them Donado's pizza, like they give them all the good food.
Because they want them to be also interested.
They say it's a one of the say this program, my kids will come, they'll start coming this summer. They'll come. At the end of the day, no, before the class ended, no, I'm sure for the program, no, the boys knew how to do hair.
Yeah.
What am I saying? They knew how to do hair.
So
you don't limit. Oh yeah. But they'll say, well, Miss Shadi, I don't want to braid. I just want to do hair, cut hair. And I'm saying, you know what? You will get a customer one day who will want their hair braided.
Yeah,
and so you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
And that particular kid, no, before you be a program, no, now we're what am I saying?
Yeah.
So as parents, no, I understand. Say we want more for our kids, but you can't force the kids
them.
into
Yeah,
the because you're young college into or maybe no OSU or university. One could be you don't go. Won't share their college or what you're doing. While piling up bills, I just loan CBR fine. They share how far.
We are not quite living.
Oh, we are quite living. So as I tell my daughter, it's when me back girl say no or pay nails. It's a boy me call internet no so me order nyama. I push her to the Vietnamese for no nails. No, we should go stand by Miss Sally and watch her. It's to me question no. No, she said the nails. If my daughter graduates from high school and she feels like she's not ready to go to college, she's free. By then, no, get a license. Some license no. Or the me say already D change there. When we're in university and bills.
My big girl, she sings like crazy.
Good.
My back second boy is so tuned. My money not tuned. The second one so book it or I know based on us a year or not so tronium. At the end of the day, no, I could invest. I'm also concentrate investing.
Okay.
Yeah, I could be boy concentrate investing. We no go to us so UK. Great. Then you know, music is there, but the passion and so parenting, passion about music and then agriculture. And the real person, you know. I started to they started interviews of free, I couldn't free Canada by saying, I interviews. The bad girl Jano to know perform, you will love her. Oh, so Stephanie, we are all into music. And you know, be up and make us say, hey, call a quiet doctor because a young tuano, as a singing to a sick woman.
Toys be Tobiano. Now I talk they share
Aha.
because the baby doctor. These
Aye.
kids, no, by the time they
Oh.
turn 12, no,
Forget
how
it.
many times have they
Me
changed
so
their
di
career?
ba akwa
1
elezi.
minute, obey doctor.
Ode ba
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Always
yeah.
sister, no, mommy
Oh,
can't
yeah,
say me,
yeah.
yeah, when they were younger. And the Rama say, when I grow up, I'm going to be a teacher. Now, so that's nice. You're kind of but I was like, teacher, okay, no problem.
Hey, teacher, for
Now,
your day.
now, now,
Yes,
dear.
extra my
No
dear
problem.
Mamunya,
Say no,
so.
that's and I make say that is I stereotype.
I know, I
What
know.
you say?
Ghana the Bible
And I
teacher
make
dey for red.
this kids want to say, but Mafia, what would you do? What must I Rama Kanye? The older one responded, oh, she work at Kroger. I said, oh, she work at Kroger. Not, they were very, very young,
Yeah.
like about let me say 5 and 3 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I said, I'll be a teacher. I'm say, teacher, Mafia, what do you want to be? I said, she's gonna work at Kroger.
I should say
Kroger.
and I think say a man call a chance.
Yes, allow them to.
Yeah,
Allow them to grow.
And I like what they do. Yes, uncle and call.
They give them chances.
Yeah,
Yes.
and to be so
Career.
because I way in the mayor. Oh, by the it more school
Chichinachi.
now because the books about Makotono. Akola no fa obesia no fa no ma sa obi so a na sa kodoko kroti holistic.
Mami reading comments kakra
Reading,
na
reading
obi
na.
anfa ne final take na your
Yeah,
special
yeah,
interview na yen hwe de oba akrom ha be yen so so na na amowa say my beautiful sister Alfred Minta say happy new year. Something we are say always looking good. Mary Labisi please equia we are cool na jo boy I reply say apu say Mary Labisi ha asem na ye critical apu ni de Mama Lee is missing you all. AKOSUA Chinibwa say happy new year. David this is keep on the I'm reading that Mary Labisi say happy new year family. Munira Mr. Monfa will final take assembly are discussing and I'm to man last week to a memo for. It's no shade there was a final take you have for this whole discussion.
We had a great show.
Yeah.
And then every day, they be a wedro. Now you see be free. Don't harden your hearts. Bibi ba TB. Na fe bibi papa be free na fe ye adisuya, right? It's yes, yeah, the be yes reno. Na ye de be so adisuya. And nobody knows their child. Your kid or your child can be so perfect today, but you don't know tomorrow. So don't be a parent who is quick at judging other people's parents. Obo say, hey, back of a baba. Uni mechina de oba so beye o de ba ne bae no eye chese wo ba na e bi achina no obako ya abortion na so obako enti no unye penyin da say obia ya kolada penyin no bi nye bi da, right? Enti no I beg of everybody who's watching listening yesremo ye nyina ye kan desre no na ye sua bibi free na ye fa aba ewu obia ba enye obia ba susu ye enti no who so be ba what's chia now no you know in a nice way you know I guess that's my take on that's my last and final.
It takes a village.
It takes a village
to raise children, especially in the US. Maybe they say it's a bibi chire wadwen so a she should be our no so ekutama now no omonka. Senior sister Shadi as kind said, Obi abanye, and young one na oye good, and two ubandu sa stage now feel say would your back it's in the yen no the yes no yen fa and to it na yen fa and to your home also so no yen embrace your American culture and kakra na yen share the way you bet me a handle yen mano. No almost so no omotimi afiti in ni ye ma ye ni nko nkola no school mu kakra and ye me pa we dey ba me fantum kakra school yeah as parents no ye be ye hwe ye di ma na chia ekopom elementary school and no na ye easy omudi middle school na chese ya tiada na high school kra de pata but e honest say ye ma ye ni eko nkola no ye PTA
parent conference.
Mrs. Sister, be 5 parents. Yeah, well, students be 300 and
very few.
Very few handful. They show up, but in Pamo show, one more room, middle school. That's the time. You hear more. It was school more. I'm on checking on man phones. And here be phones no because
They watch porn in
school
schools.
no.
They watch porn.
And your man you was school no sister. I'm
Catch
sure
you say your
one
Baba
mo
can
mo famu man phone na mo hwe na mo go through. No hu ya me pa. Na de ho ano no.
You also the waka now because only nkura na ye adwuma e wo ko ma say every day. So waka na e no kura mo nyina ye mfa embo ye koto dwom ye check ye money ye. And yes o ye ketwa nkwa na oni kwa no ho. Onyi kaka na ase ho na asem no wo. To taking it very serious na ye hwe ni ye. Sister AKOSUA for final take bra wa say we na fe. Yenye o eyi no.
The final take I make can say mesre awofo no. Akole bi wo antete ya de man na no de nyini. Obi wo ha ne ban be bi na no aka asem. Osomba we de sa no tie. Mpenifo mu oban betumi ateaw ato ne nsa wa walk off osomba we de ne nsa no tie. De bi sa no tie no de akodu ba bi obegu anim ase. Nti sakra na bisu ban bi edia as a mother fancy form na bo modern correct no. But not na hash we bo modern ntina ase. Na bia ebufo bi na bia otu bia oba ba ma otumi jibo ne sister. One stopping na onini a ba ko bo ne jere oba bi o tumi no afuni nwa ba ma so o se ofie mo le sa na motie e ba ne sa na bo so onini a na o de konti ne ma ketinti bo ha yu sakra na hyase pe a e ho na no na ye ntine mo e ma ne sre mo e ma ne bi o ho a be ma na etia akwala na be ye manso na ne bona penkwan tata do de me pacho eduru ba bi a ohia eyi kakra ohia be ma kakra na babum because say wo maame no why sa na why ya onkasa ho a papa ne be kan obo sakra ne best but papa ne tina akola no e na pesa so ye wa mani su mani so wo mu because o tete ne sese o dachi no the future no wa wo aba o ma me wo na ma me se akola no o dachi no te mesre wo ye mother na oba no so obi opese o ya men compare so tete na ebotira ye nya hwe anyuntofo nya hwe footballers nya hwe me ma onkum sese no we some mistake no oba na sika e akọhye ahye sese no etribo sika wo papa enyum to sika wo football bo sika wo bibie no a wodi wadwen no akoma to so enya adwuma yakopon de chela no be sha sise oye teacher sika ni mu anko agyan sika wo and so first na kaso ba ko teacher posi mewu na so guti but sese na kaso ba teacher sika ewo temesre men hwe da no na fa ma meye eyi sisi ano bibi aban baby odide touch na o maame no na papa no push u ba na the day no oba no obe make it let me catch him.
Amen. Yeah, Michael Adomako of William Mike. Was it very in depth? Kudos to all the panelists and the host. Yeah, that's it, bro. I hope so. When you see a shuffle, at the first night, yeah, but I'm sorry. Or human and I must say, manager. Na Judy Pell, they were sending and had the Musa Monica, a queen, a shame. It says Sister Monica. My name is Ano Embra and Mrs. AKOSUA. So you made ya and ma would buy chrome hay. So answer now why wouldn't Mrs. AKOSUA so maybe I will be a 2,000 day by the forget it. Forget it. Yeah, with the nimpa no nation as I send the obesity and so to know. Number one.
Any be na you need rhythm.
Yeah,
no rhythm.
You need rhythm.
You need rhythm.
You already.
It's because hey, I said that bro.
Sister. Now I told him kakra ma omo hu nipa we ya to aso.
Nyene de bebre so obia de kenti no. Debi amiko debi ami peya ekabini e. Debi amiko la debi ami peya ekabini a. Kabini mintu mintia kabini a enwanu be. Kabini mintu mintia kabini o fi se de piano pa kokoko kokone.
No, wow, the cow, you know, wow, college, I'm what the cow, no, area. Abano, since I was here, well, crab, you, and around table shows. So, and you put the panel over.
Okay, me back from my 1st December, no. Now me back girl, oko Charlotte University. Into no the masters, into no the graduation. Na me buy.
We tap into that blessing.
Amen. Me buy and so no, and then there Ohio have me way there. Apostle Fred Boateng. and me by the power of anointing ministries and ne a job best so butu and then me wo MC wo ho e fence and it 3 years wo ho e fence ye be performing na ade ba kwa so fa ka me na sa kosia o ma so yo na me tina me kana unya kokoko ni frame out enti me o ba modern so be show sneakers if you say you shake the devil off share from January to this now ko pa hwe ni e maso bra na beji when be sanity say shake bibia off na udu 1st January na fit why then obi think so after 31st dem me nye bi we so start 1st January no start bi
I say yeah be started diet the Monday
enti no so Fred what Nyankopon hira won antimata and C mentor offense mentor mentor C enti no yeah back 31st yeah name no embo 8:30 me pacho na wote ho cause o amount wa wunya baby ntina cause nipa e banya sem ketwa enti Apostle Fred Boateng and the wife Nyankopon hira mo at the power of anointing ministries and me sure say a friend say address me bia wo yin ase enti no momra na enye fe hwe obetena fi e bia sebe wo twa ma ukun aba wote wona miku sister balebeji wani me so kun be bi onam no
after the message
no me pacho brapa na o ba me so na
so for what in dear we are here so he's amazing
wa mam do ba yanyo me yanyo mo so enti pacho momra na bibia enko kama after from January to 31st hey God has been good God okotna hospital hwe ne ba ya fa be bia hospital create ya kakra bia na bibia obi die drips ne miss ne ba so ya me ahwe yen your head this AKOSUA for me nsa na ekua ba ko year of ebebo enti Nyankopon da beduru he die uma ye na ye nhia ewo me papa ho enne enwumre by 8:30 to say bibia hyehe so ye dey ekura brofo time ye before time 8:30 they started. Apostle Fred Boateng Nyankopon hira ne antimata the power of anointing ministries and e be hwe mani mo Nyankopon hira love you
na sa AKOSUA aka no na wo ye wadwe se wo nkwa so ya meso uni baby akwa abra power of anointing ministries na wa ambassador do betu wo so ye nyum rough
me de me anu
wa mbape ye do bonyum straight power na da so ye da mwasisa mo share yen ye da mwasi I hope say ya keken ya sisi bi wo mu de aye ye straight so na asama ye ka no nyina efutu nko a nyansa nko a hope say wo de aye efutu bibi wo ma wo touch ma e wo ho ameso sia na fa ball bra na nkora na ye tete omo no nyese ya wo omo keke ni abo ye ko heaven ho so ye ko yi ano e kire Nyankopon de wo ma wo ba ye de wo ye so wo ko ka ho asem ti wa anye ni yi a wa ne wo ne nyame asem with the sponsors as Shadia's Beauty and the Shadia's Beauty on one at Tiano on one at now you meet and then they were about live and colored then I say with the FF Beauty as on share veteran about made the sky couture as the LKT print as the rural beverages Kumasi KGT African market and a mom sees essentials as then when you know and the last day of the year so uma we ni aje susu ma we ni njembo so then that so to me the same bebre ba obi anhwe ne hu ye me da me maboafo ya se me da shadi asese oba ye me da AKOSUA keto ase me da sister AKOSUA asese oba ye nyame hia mu nyina me da producers ase
sister AKOSUA me pacho Michael Jackson, one friend Uncle Michael Jackson, another the Michael Jackson. The AKOSUA straight up.
AKOSUA Japan na waka na adi ache you mate. The AKOSUA Japan so ase. Na ye otu na youth na wan kasa hwe you punk. You know, and na waka no the AKOSUA Japan ase. The evergreen, always. The ono so ase pass oba ye. Me producers Jobo wa ha, KB wa ha, Kiki wa ha. Otutu so na say be ma so ha me da mu nyina asese mo hwe obia hwe ne hu ye me ma mu nyina fisiapa happy new year afia ye be simi nyame ma yenye kese na mfa nyoma pa embre na o ma yen kwatintin so e betu bi atena se ehu ye ma ye ne ye na no bia hwe ne hu ye enjoy your week your night Happy New Year.